Howdy, howdy. Oh, we are on the
Oh.
wrong thing. There we go.
You broke us already, not even 2 seconds into it.
I did hitting buttons or something. Well, howdy. We this is our official 1 year on 700 plus. You guys,
YouTube
yeah.
anniversary, is it? Yeah, YouTube anniversary.
Yeah, YouTube Carniversary of 700 plus. I think we were both on YouTube a little bit longer than this, but I think we started about, I don't know, roughly 2 months in.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just anniversary of this show.
Yeah, but close enough. Pretty much. Long story short is you have put up with us for 52 of these streams. That's what that means. 52 times 3+ hours. So
yeah, keep coming back for more.
I
So
don't know
you're
how you
part
guys
of the
did it.
furniture now. You're family.
I do not know how you guys put up with it all. We are shouting out Michael too. He's still feeling a little bit under the weather. He's got a sciatic nerve problem right now, so he's not feeling great. And so we are praying for Michael, and he will be getting healthy here shortly and coming back on. So
yeah, we love you, Michael. So
for sure,
feel better soon.
So yeah, so and then I don't know, technical difficulties. So I was gonna smoke a pork butt live today from the garage, and I had many issues with that. I've tried since yesterday, and I'll just go down the slight list. So I had a an 18-pound New York strip loin roast that I had to roast, or that I had to smoke because I'd bought it before any of this stuff. So I had to smoke that. So I cleaned out the grill really good, the smoker, and I smoked the strip loin all day yesterday until last night, and it was beautiful. And then I pulled that off at 10 o'clock, and my brother wanted a brisket. So I put his brisket, I trimmed up a brisket, seasoned it, and I put his brisket on last night at 10 o'clock. And then I bought him a giant brisket. It was like 21 pounds. It was a big fatty brisket. And so the grill had ran all morning and all day since Saturday, all night. And then his brisket was going kind of long, because usually my briskets only take like 12 to 16 hours. And this one was 17 hours into smoking as of this afternoon. And it was only at 156 degrees, and it's got to get to 195 at my elevation. And I have to wrap it at 160 to 165. So anyhow, I pulled it out and I wrapped it because I had to get the pork belly going. So I got the pork belly seasoned up, and I brined the top with Maldon salt, like 1 inch thick. And I put it in there, and I was smoking it, and it was looking beautiful. And I cut it up into 3 pieces and trimmed it, and it's beautiful. And then I put it on 500 degrees to sear it and to get the crackling on top. And lo and behold, turns out that my grill got all greasy from the strip loin roast, the brisket, and the pork belly, and my grill caught on fire. So I was gonna sear the top of that pork belly for a couple hours, and that didn't go so well. So however, it wasn't a complete loss. It didn't get quite as crispy as I thought that it would, but it got up to temperature too quick, and I didn't want to overcook it. But it actually still is very tasty. So anyhow, I got some pictures of it all, but it just, none of it worked out. So
I'm just disappointed you didn't get a video of you setting the smoker on fire. That would have made a cool shot.
I would have, but I was too busy burning my fingerprints off because that lid got so hot. That lid was like, so when it started going up, it passed 500, and then it got to like 550 degrees, and then Traeger shuts down because it knows it's overheating. And so it shut down, and I knew, Charlie, shout out to Charlie in Maryland. Charlie warned me. He warned me on day one. He goes, I had a terrible grease fire in my pellet smoker, so be careful and don't open the lid. So I knew what was going on, but I also wanted to save my pork belly because I didn't want it burning up in the grease fire. So what I did was I backed my car out of the driveway. I pushed the smoker out into the middle of the driveway where it couldn't catch anything on fire. And then I flipped the lid up, and flames 10 feet high shot out of that entire smoker. And so then I had to hurry up and put the lid back down through the flames. And when I did, I bumped the lid. That lid was like 800 degrees, and I burnt the crap out of my fingers.
Wow.
But
My smoker has like the bottom tray is on an angle,
right.
and I put like an aluminium foil on that, so
Mm-hmm.
any grease just slides off that and then goes into a little bucket on the side. Don't you have that on
Yeah,
yours?
I do. But the problem is, I cooked I cooked 46 pounds of meat, fatty meat, and my grill never shut off, so it was hot the entire time. So
Mhm.
I emptied the bucket. The bucket wasn't full, but what happened was that aluminum tray, it got coated and sticky thick grease.
Oh,
And so
okay.
when I turned it up to 500 degrees to sear the top of the pork belly, which is as hot as it gets, it instantly set all that sediment, all the sticky, thicky grease that's on the aluminum on that tray that goes down. It set it all on fire, and there was no putting it out. I sacrificed an entire bucket, big bucket of Malden salt trying to put it out, and all I did was lose all the hair on my knuckles. That was all that happened there. I got a little singed. I'm like, I smell smoky Todd right now. So,
So, where's your pork? Have you got it there? Can you show us what it looks
I
like?
do.
Or
It's not bad. And also, if you have those pictures, I put it in those pictures too,
yep.
so people can get a better view. But it is very, very juicy. It's so juicy. This is a slice of it.
Ah, cool. So, is there a crackle on there or not?
Not a good one. It's okay. It's a little bit in some spots. In fact, now that I wrapped it up in parchment paper, it got even a little bit soggier. But the problem is it was already at anywhere from 167 degrees to one piece of it got up to 181, which is already overcooked. And so I didn't want to let it go any further. So some people, like I watched, what is that guy? The meat church guy or the meat scientist guy or whatever on YouTube. He makes a smoked pork belly with softer skin on it. It's not perfect by any means, not by any means, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I gave my brother some. He liked it, and I'm definitely going to do it again, and I will be perfecting it. I just, yeah, that's it right there.
Is that it there? Yeah.
Yep, yep. And so it's very super juicy, super tender. That thing was perfect. It just wasn't super crispy on top, but it nice and cooked through. That is the 18-pound strip loin roast that I had smoked yesterday. And
Wow,
then
that looks good.
oh,
Yeah.
that one's delicious. And then I got these giant squeeze bottles from Blackstone. They're 32 ounces, and I use them now, and I mix sour cream and horseradish in it, so it's like a giant squirt bottle. You can just squirt it on there. It works super good. I should have taken a picture of that, but that worked really good. And then if you go to the picture of the smoker, you'll see the size of my brother's brisket. Keep going. Yeah,
That
well,
one?
there's a better one. The one on top. So these were when I had the pork bellies in the middle. Yeah, that brisket, that thing's 21 pounds. That thing is a hog of a brisket. And man, it got
Wow.
such good bark on it. And it's still out there. It's gonna have cooked. So I already wrapped it. I even wrapped it a little bit early, but it'll have cooked about 22, 23 hours by the time it's done. It's crazy.
So, what have you got on the outside? Have you got something?
I did because it's my brother and he does a little bit. So I like the Meat Church Holy Cow seasoning, and then
Right.
I have a and the reason why I like that is it has no sugar in it and it has no crazy stuff. So most of Meat Church's stuff has sugar in it, but the fajita one and I still don't use it because it has black pepper in it, which gives me kind of like a inflammation response to it. But for most people, it has no sugar, no carbs, no crap in it, and so it's pretty good, or very little crap in it, I should say. So it's pretty good. But and then I use as a binder on those. See, all that white stuff on the top is Malden salt. I put piles of it on there to try to dry out the skin, and
Yeah.
it was working just
Mhm.
fine. But then it went to heck. But that brisket has a huge bark on it, and I used a horseradish stone ground mustard combo as a binder, and then put the Meat Church Holy Cow seasoning on it, and that's pretty good. So
No, it looks good. Well, I'm gonna have to be careful when you come here, and I don't want you setting my
Well, what
smoker
really
alight.
what I learned is that you can't cook 45 pounds of meat and without shutting off your smoker for 24 hours, or actually no, actually it's been close to 30 32 hours right now. My smoker's been running. And you got to stop in the middle if you're going to cook 44 pounds of fatty meat and and get change that aluminum tray is what needed to happen, because this went south real quick. So, but I have a lot of meat for next week, which is really bad because I was planning on fasting next week, but this all turned out that I finally got a bug up my butt and got everything smoked.
Yeah, you've been warned.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, I knew that I talked to Charlie, and Charlie had already given me this warning. So I knew what to do. I just backed the car out of the driveway, pushed it outside so that it wasn't going to catch anything on fire before I opened it. And and those things are good for several, I got the Timberline XL or whatever, the Traeger Timberline. So it's really thick steel. So you just got to kind of let it burn itself out, So I just shut the lid. And I just said, rest in peace to my pork belly. I thought it was going to be disintegrated or incinerated, I should say, in the smoker, but it actually did pretty good. And I just had to let it burn itself out. And then I have the Traeger hot gloves that you can reach in and so that you put them on, but you can grab really hot stuff with it. And I reached in, I pulled the hot grills out, and I scraped all the stuff, took the tin out, cleaned it up, and it was all fine. So.
Yeah. Well, I was busy this morning. I made some little smash burgers, and they're in the smoker right now. So in about an hour, we'll go out and have a look and see what they look like. But I'm not as good as Todd. I'm still learning my smoker.
Well, you haven't set it on fire, so I don't know that I would say.
Yeah, I haven't christened it yet.
I did. I did kill one of my probes. I was sitting here. That was another reason I was really tempted to reach into the fire, because if the flames wouldn't have been so intense, I would have tried to save my probes, because those are like $60. Because Traeger, if you're listening, you either need to sponsor me or I'm going to start calling you out for how expensive your crap is. That's ridiculous. A replacement temperature probe, $60.
Wow.
But I was sitting there watching my temperature probes burn up in the pork belly. I was like, no, I want those out of the fire. But it was just too hot. And so I just let them go. And yeah, it took one of them out. Rest in peace. It says 32 degrees on it now every time it's in there.
Oh dear.
For sure.
Oh. Got a few questions in there already for you, Todd.
Okay, hop in. I just quit taking Ozempic 3 months ago after being on it for 3 years, and it wreaked havoc with my body, and I regret ever taking it. Wish I had a way to be reimbursed for the damage it did. Oh, wow. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I've been trying to warn everybody, because I really feel, I mean, whatever, I'm just going to say it. I feel like the drug companies build into their business model casualties, and they don't care if they get sued. They figure if they make, $7 billion and they have to pay out $2 billion in lawsuits, they can kill people and destroy people's lives and make $5 billion profit, and they really don't care, And I think that those drugs are going to be one of the biggest, most obvious, like, drug crimes that's ever happened. I mean, it's causing gastro paralysis, right? Gastroparesis, or whatever that's called. I mean, and it's making you grow. I mean, you're dependent on it. You can't ever get off of it. And the longer you stay on it, the more likely you are to completely paralyze your gut. And everything that I know about how important our gut is to our overall health, I mean, I think all those bariatric surgeries, but especially what do they call those? What do they call those now?
GLP-1s.
GLP-1s, yeah. All those GLP-1s are going to just be, I mean, it's just an absolute travesty what's happening and how we're letting these drug companies get away with that stuff. They're playing loopholes and games and they have all these lobbyists that put in these bills that they can do something for the greater good. I think we'd be better off without any medication sometimes than letting them do what they're doing.
Yeah. And look, 27 years ago, I had lap band surgery because that was going to cure me. That was going to fix all my problems and make my life so much happier. Still got up to 750, 800 pounds. Didn't work, and I'm suffering now because I can't eat meat as like everyone else. I can't sit down and eat a whole steak and enjoy my food. And 3 years ago, I didn't know about GLP-1s. And I'm just thankful that I did find Carnivore when I did, because I probably would have gone down that track as well, because you're desperate, you're in a bad place, and that was the option. And I thought, like, why not give that a try? Everything else has failed. So I probably would have gone down that path. I'm glad that I found Carnivore first, and it's working for me. And I think you just have to take comfort in the fact that you found Carnivore now, and it is the best healing diet, and it's going to put you in the best place that you can be moving forward. So just stay strong, stick to strict Carnivore for now while, you're getting this out of your system. And, be in the community, just immerse yourself in this community. They're a fantastic support. Everybody here, they've been with us for a whole year today.
Right.
They keep us going. They keep us motivated, keep us inspired. It's an amazing community. So, yeah, good job on finding Carnivore. And, we've got your back.
For sure. I'm confused, Todd. What happened with your sour cream horseradish spread? It's good. Good on steak. Not good for putting out grill grease fires. Not at all. Yeah, that was. Yeah. No, I just finally, before I used to put it in little Tupperware things and spoon it out. I found these squeeze bottles for Blackstone. You've seen them because they use them to put water on the grills and stuff. You're like 32 ounces. I like, this is going to work perfect. It does work really nice. All right. You, Lindy, are why I'm on a healing journey and so thankful every day.
Oh, thank you, Kath. Yeah.
That's
you
awesome.
Got this. Yeah, this is a fantastic community. I'm glad we're inspiring you.
For sure. Anna, guys, today is day 6 of cutting out stevia. Never thought I could do it. I was the biggest sugar addict. Having first ever coffee with no sweetener of any sort, and it tastes good. Wow, that's awesome. For
Excellent.
sure. I might have to take you to task on the worst ever sugar addict. I think we could have went to battle on the sugary drink thing for sure. But no, I get it, and I only say that because I haven't had drank anything but water and sparkling water in 22 months. So it is completely and totally possible to completely get off all that stuff. It just takes a little bit of time, but the priming definitely helps get us through it for sure. But
I beat all of you because I was the ice cream monster. I loved ice cream. I could sit and eat so much because that's all I could get down. So I lived off ice cream. So yeah, sugar is definitely my comfort crutch as well, and got me into a lot of trouble.
For sure.
But, yeah, good job on getting rid of those sweeteners.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the most important things. And also I think it is the step that makes, once you conquer that and you really do get away from that, then you're free, then you have, you start losing everything starts losing its hold on you, like I don't have any weaknesses anymore.
I think that's the key to the off switch, because as soon as you introduce that little bit of sweet back into your diet, those cravings are set off again. So definitely sweeteners and even carbs like vegetables, that's got that sweet taste, that sets it off for me.
For sure, 100%. Carney Blog, hey man, question, butter versus tallow, what do you recommend? Well, for me, I recommend tallow, yeah, for sure. I'm not, and this is funny, I say this while I'm eating some dairy right now because I'm repriming and I didn't have an appetite from some aggressive fasting, but I don't any kind of dairy, including butter, just puts weight on me. but it makes me not a bunch of fat, but it puts on fluid and inflammation for some reason. So I just got to stay away from it. Tallow is my favorite for sure.
I do like butter. I just feel guilty eating butter for some reason. I'd much rather eat tallow. I think it's just mental for me. And I do stay away from dairy. I don't know if butter does inflame me or anything, but I just stick with tallow. It's much nicer. Yeah, I don't feel as bad or naughty, if you like.
I don't feel guilty at all eating it. I'd rather eat it. I think it tastes better, but I just I know it makes me swell up. I mean, right now, right? I've been priming now for 3 weeks, and this is all fluid. I know it is, and I don't care. And I feel pretty good, but I'm feeling the effects of having a little bit of cheese and a little bit of dairy. It did open up my appetite, and I am getting the prime done. And my metabolism's coming back up, but I've gained like 33 pounds in 3 weeks, and it's all fluid mostly because of that dairy and some of the salt. I had some salt. I haven't been salting my food, but I've been eating some like chomps that have salt in them, like the meat sticks. And as soon as I have some of those meat sticks that have salt in it, I drink more. And as soon as I drink more, I just, especially combined with the casing and dairy and the salt and dairy, it just immediately just puts the fluid on me. So I'm looking forward to my next fast because all that fluid will come off in like 3 or 4 days, and then I'll feel much, much better, you know?
Yeah. So if you do have butter, salted or unsalted?
I will now say unsalted. So for a while I needed the salt, but anymore I need unsalted everything, you know?
Yeah. I hate unsalted. I can't have it. My husband bought me a block of salted butter by accident, and it's still in the fridge. I just don't like it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't either anymore. I like the
Mm.
unsalted now. It's kind of funny, but I mean, that's what we all talk about, right? When you heal your hormones and you get free from all the dopamine, junkie cycles, right? And you can actually
Yeah.
listen to your body will guide you through it, and it'll just pull you off it. Mine pulled me off salt, and it's kind of crazy, now everything, even tonight, I told my brother, I'm like, this pork butt's pretty good. It survived the flames, but it's too salty. And he's like, I can taste some salt, but I don't mind it. It tastes fine. So for me, everything's too salty that has salt in it now. It's kind of crazy. Let's see. We got a question. Oh, sorry. I was going to pull up Charlie's here too. I missed it. Todd, you lost the pork belly. We're having you a big thumbs up. It's not terrible loss. Yeah, I mean that's what it ended up being. But I ended up having a grease fire, Charlie, just like you said. And I cleaned out the grill and everything beforehand, and it was all clean. But the problem was I cooked too much meat, I think, that had too much fat, because I cooked a 18-pound strip loin roast, followed by like a 21-pound brisket, and then I threw the pork belly in there on top of it. So when I turned up the grill to 500 I had it at 225 on those other 2 pieces of meat, and then when I cranked it up to 500 to sear the pork belly, all that grease that had been splashing out of that strip loin roast and that brisket on the drip tray, I emptied the pan. I emptied the little bucket that catches it all, but it had gotten coated on that drip tray, and I just set it on fire. So all of a sudden, because I cooked the pork belly for 2 hours at 225 to let it get some smoke, and then I was turning it up to sear it to get the crackling on top, and instead it caused a massive fire. And just like you said, Charlie, I had to leave the lid closed. Well, that cooked my pork belly really quickly. So all of a sudden it went from like 125 degrees to like 165 to 181. That 181 obviously is way overcooked. 165 was right on the money. I'd cut it into 3 pieces. And so anyhow, I had to pull it, and I didn't dare put it back in there because I would rather have meat that I can eat because it's not overcooked and dry than have. So I had to pick, and I just ended up pulling it because it was that temperature, and I didn't want to overcook it anymore. Else I was going to have to bury it in the backyard next to a brisket I once ruined. Question: do you make your own tallow, Lindy, or do you buy it ready-made?
Yeah, I buy it ready-made. I'm very lazy, so I buy it in a 4-kilo tub from Aussie Tallow. Tasmanian tallow, I think they are. I'm actually going to, I'm going to do a video in the next couple of days, and I'll show you. I don't have an affiliate for them or anything, but it's just so nice to have a 4 kilo tub because we use it a lot. We use it for everything, and the little jars are like $20, and they don't last. They last 5 minutes in this house, so having the big tub is really ideal for us.
Absolutely. I'm going to answer Charlie's request. Charlie had a follow up. You didn't open it during the fire, did you? It really looks good, actually. Yeah, it actually turned out really good. It's tasty. The top just isn't quite as crispy as I wanted, but I did open it, but not without being prepared, Charlie. I heeded your warning to not open it and feed it oxygen. What I did was I backed my car out of the driveway and I pushed it out in the middle of the concrete driveway so nothing could catch on fire, and I was away from the building. I rolled it out there and unplugged it, but then I did open the lid carefully and quickly because I was trying to save my pork belly and it was burning up in the flames, and I was trying to get it out of there, but the flames were too intense. They were 10 feet high or more all the way across the grill, and I ended up burning my fingers because I had to reach up and grab the grill and get it shut real quick, and by then even the handle was too hot to touch, and much less the thing. I mean, it got smoking hot.
But you just set up one of those security cameras or something near your house just so we can watch you 24/7 on the grill.
Right. You guys are going to see me come in one day from smoking and be like, Todd has hypothyroidism again because he lost his eyebrows. Be like, no, different cause this time. I use unsalted because we don't know what kind of salt is used, so I prefer to add my own good quality salt. That's a good idea.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Although both work great together, what do you worry about the most, fat or protein? What do we worry about as far as prioritizing? I prioritize fat. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
For sure. Now, when I don't know what to do, I should say I prioritize fat, and I always buy fatty meat. However, lately I will fully admit that my body has been, sometimes you eat fat and you want all of it. You want to eat all the fat around the steak first, and it's what your body's craving. And then sometimes you don't. And that's where I'm at right now. My body's not craving it right now. But to get through a lot of things, especially gluconeogenesis early on, I definitely had to concentrate on fat. And that definitely, whenever something is off and I'm not feeling right, or if I'm having like leg cramps, as soon as I concentrate on the fat, all of those things clear up. So,
and I did restrict fat for probably the first year and a half of my journey because I was always, fat's going to make me fat. Got to restrict, and I lost my hair. I'm very thin up on top now, so that's all stopped. So now, I have the fat now, and my scales are still going down. I'm still losing weight, so it's just a myth, I think. And some days I really crave the fat, so I just listen to what I want. If I feel like it and it tastes great, I eat it. And then other days I'll take a bite and I'm like, no, I don't like it, so I won't have it. So I think that's just my body trying to tell me that I don't need it today, and I just go with how I feel.
Exactly. Michael's still sick. He's got a sciatic nerve problem. And so he's trying to get it worked out, but it's got him kind of on his back right now. But we're all praying for him. And as soon as he gets that squared away, he will be right back. Let's see. Oh, nice. He's going to buy some tallow.
Yeah, put your order in quickly. The 4 kilo tubs go very fast, and I need to put an order in as well. So I'll race you to it.
Right. You didn't want to have fire damage to his pickup when the fire fired off. Exactly. Everybody's a critic. So I do have some vehicle problems with some unplanned explosive demolition for sure. Let's see. I go 7 days on carnivore and then I give in to donuts. How can I fix this? Well, you have to eat through that. You have to know. I mean, like you pretty much answered your question. You said you go 7 days and then you give in to donuts. What you really give into is usually anxiety cravings, right? Because it builds up and you're looking at this like it's every other diet that you've always been into. So how you really fix it is you have to get into a community where you can be a little bit more accountable and have people that can help you through those things. And I recommend Steak and Butter Gang. We're all in there. Me and Lindy and Michael even goes there sometimes when he's feeling good. And we do video talks in there and stuff now. And we don't get paid to be there or anything. And we don't get paid to say this, but we find that people that have a community are way more likely to succeed in that thing, because you need to be able to ask questions every day and kind of talk it out with people that have been there. And SPG is really good for that. But for me, my computer's wigging out. For me, I had to eat carnivores through those cravings. And, because I'd have bad days. And so I would just eat bacon and eggs until I was stuffed whenever I was having a craving for, pizza or donuts or something. I just had a backup plan. I picked bacon and eggs because they're fatty, they're easy to get down, and they're fast to cook, and they're cheap. So that was my emergency go-to to get through cravings. So you just have to make a deal with yourself and say, I'm going to eat until I'm physically stuffed, and I'm going to eat a little bit more bacon and eggs, and you'll have, that'll give you the strength to get over the cravings for the donuts. And if you string that together for 5 or 6 weeks, the donut cravings will completely go away and you'll be free.
And if you're having every 7 days, you're having this craving for donuts, it's like you've formed a habit. After 7 days, it's like, oh, I'm going to treat myself to some donuts now. So what else can you treat yourself with that's not anything to do with food? Like, yeah, definitely push through and eat bacon and eggs or replace that craving. But can you go and have a soak in a nice hot tub with some candles and music, or go for a walk? Treat yourself to something that doesn't involve food if you think it's more the habit that you're trying to change rather than being hungry for food. So,
for sure. Charlie, even the failures on a pellet grill can come out edible most of the time, for sure, Charlie. It actually wasn't too bad. Just the bottom of the pork belly got hit with the flames, and I just took a knife and kind of scraped off the charcoal on there, the charred part. Just kind of scraped it off, and it actually turned out really good. I was so surprised. I even took it over to my brother, and he's like, "This is delicious." Like, yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. I'm losing my hair still. Maybe I need more fat. What do you think, Lindy?
Yeah, definitely priming and extra fat helped me. So the two combined is what helped me stop the hair loss. So now I'm just waiting for the new growth to happen. But my hair has definitely stopped falling out. I was taking it out by the clumps, and even my hairdresser says, "Oh, you've got no hair left, Lindy. It's very, very thin." But it has all stopped falling out now, which I'm very thankful for.
Right.
But yeah, I've noticed a few people asking for the link for Tassie Tallows. So let me just pop it in there. So I popped it in the chat there for you. I'm not affiliated with them, but I use it. They have creams. I've got some moisturizer as well. It's a whipped balm with lemon myrtle because I like the smell of lemon. And so I use that as a moisturizer, especially on my elbows. I find that's really dry. So they've got a lot of stuff on there. They've got lard and ghee. I buy the big 4-kilo tub of tallow, and it's really nice.
That's awesome. Charlie, Todd has been given lessons on how not to cook some things. Listen, Charlie, not all heroes wear capes. Okay, I'm doing the Lord's work over here. I don't do as I do. Do as I don't do. For sure. Yeah, I know. It's that's how I learn. It's by blowing things up apparently and setting them on fire. Question: I've been carnivore for 2 weeks now. When can I expect increased energy levels? 3 weeks? Well, it's really individual, and it also depends on what you're eating. Carnivore, I don't know what that means, Chris. You're going to have to tell us more. And also, it really depends on how metabolically sick you are, right? If you have metabolic disease, it can take, some people get crazy energy in a first week. Some people, it takes them, I think we just had this question the other day, but some people it takes like 6 months. Some people it's taken like 8 months to a year. Like it really does. Coach Amy will always tell you that if you're doing priming right and eating right, you're going to be kind of lethargic for a little while your body's healing. You know, and it is one thing that is true, right? Because I thought that priming might be a load of bunk too, because I didn't like anything that would make me sleepy, because I thought sleepy meant sick. Sleepy meant not a good result. Not having energy. But what I found was every time I would eat a fair amount of meat when I was priming, and then my body would make me sleep. And then I would wake up and I would feel fantastic, and I would even look thinner, all right? My lymphatic system, I would move fluid. And what I realize is that, we're putting building blocks and nourishment into our body, and then our body's kind of knocking us out because it has some healing to do. So you're not going to get your energy until you heal. But so don't look at it all just as a negative, just because your body's wanting you to rest so that it can repair itself. Our body repairs itself in REM sleep with the nourishment that we're putting in there. So sleep is a good thing. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, if you're detoxing from alcohol, cigarettes, and you're trying to coffee withdrawals, you always feel worse before you start to feel better. And I don't think it's any different with diet. If you're getting rid of all the carbs or seed oils out of your system, there might be a time where you're not feeling the energy, you're not feeling very well. It doesn't mean carnivore's not working for you. It just means you're still detoxing all that stuff out of your body. So I'd give it time. I don't know how much damage you've done to your body, how much you need to heal before that will all come. So just, be patient with it and you'll get through it, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I've been eyeing that blue bottle of water. I believe it's Saratoga, assuming you've had others like Topo Chico and Pellegrino. Is it worth it? So yeah, it is my favorite, but for the money, I don't know. It's good for a splurge. I like to change it up. I like how carbonated it is. Basically, I judge these things on if they don't have a weird aftertaste and how much burn it gives you, because I love the throat burn from being an old pop drinker. I love the throat burn. And Topo Chico has better throat burn than Pellegrino, but Saratoga has about a little bit more than Topo Chico. However, it's about the same, I guess. That's actually about the same price as Topo Chico, because a 12-ounce bottle of Topo Chico, or no, is it 12 ounce? Yeah, it's 12-ounce bottle of Topo Chico's here's like a $1.50 or $1.35 or something, and this is like $3 for 25 ounces. But the best deal on water is definitely the 25-ounce bottles at Costco. But really, the only reason why I only drink those three is because I only drink the ones in glass bottles, because I hate the plastic taste. And those are the three that come in glass bottles that I've found, anyways. So this really just happened because Costco is closed, and I needed some sparkling water, and Albertsons had Saratoga in glass bottles, so that's why I bought those. But I don't seek them out. I generally get San Pellegrino because it's half the price at Costco, and it's good enough too. I do like the taste of Saratoga better, though. It is a little bit better.
I just stick to my water out of the fridge. I had the filter, like it's a charcoal filter, so I just use that. And I occasionally use my soda stream just to give some bubbles, but I don't buy water at all. I'm too cheap to buy it. I'd rather spend it on meat and eggs. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, wow. First time here just happened upon this channel. What did I miss?
Oh, hi, Kelly.
Well, this is our 1-year anniversary of doing this little shindig. And yeah, it's about carnivore diet and just carnivore metabolic health, basically. And you missed a lot of chin wagging, but don't worry, it's going to be reposted so you can catch up later.
Yeah. So basically, how much weight have you lost, Todd? In
22 months, I've lost 310 pounds so far.
Yeah, and I've lost about 500 pounds in nearly 3 years now. So, yeah.
Pretty awesome. Without drugs.
No drugs.
No
Just
drugs,
meat.
no vegetables, no jogging. I love this. Todd did a backflip. You missed it. Nice man. Someday.
Damn. I blinked too. I missed it.
I'm just that quick. uh
Todd's
Todd's craving.
craving cure worked for me, and it retrains your brain naturally. Is that the drink?
No, he's talking about how I kind of made a
Oh,
deal with
the
myself.
bacon and eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to eat the bacon and eggs. Yeah, it really does work. And it makes sense because, and I'm not going to get all whatever with everybody, but if you listen to Jordan Peterson, he'll say that you can't just mindlessly take away habits. You have to replace them because he said, there's no telling what's going to take its place. And so you have to have something to put in that spot. And the Bible talks about that too. That's basically the idea of repentance is you're not just turning away from what you were eating. You have to have something in place to substitute it. So I don't know. Many smarter people than us since the beginning of time have known this principle. Basically, we just, for some reason, it seems so hard, but it really, I think that is the only path forward is to have a real plan and a replacement, Let's see. You're just going to have to tune in next week. I might do it again. You never know when I'm going to go on a meth trip or something. Oh, here we go. Question. I'm having dry, flaky skin. It started on my ear of all places. Then my lips are chapped. Now my cheeks are getting dry. I eat plenty of fat, drink lots. I've never had it before. I would drink less. I actually think that I get dry skin when I drink too much water. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. And then also, what's the weather like where you're at? Are you in a humid climate? Or are you in a dry climate? Have you like my skin will start to feel it in the winter when it gets colder because it dries out the little bit of humidity we have. Plus, I have to turn on the furnace and that blows hot air, and so it dries out my skin a little bit. But when I do less fluid and I do some dry fasting, I notice my skin greatly improves, oddly enough.
And it's interesting you say that because my legs have been really, really dry. And I've noticed because I'm feeling the cold, it's just getting over winter here. I have my little heater down here and I have that blowing on my legs all the time. And I've just been wondering why my legs have been so itchy. And it's probably drying my skin out.
For sure.
And I've been putting cream on them just in the last couple of days and they're feeling so much better. But it was almost painful how itchy they were. Like I was going to draw blood the way just scratching them. It's been uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And hot showers because I'm trying to warm up. I have really hot showers which burn my skin. I love the feeling, but then I'm always itchy.
Right. Yeah. Definitely, if you blow hot conditioned air into, colder air, it's going to evaporate the moisture out of it. Can you hear that? Cosette's barking at me.
Oh, yeah. If we all bark, we get some pork. Is that right?
She thinks so. No, go lay down. She's trying to get my pork belly. Yeah, I don't know. An oxalate dumping, maybe that could be it. I don't know if oxalate dumping does dry skin or not. That's kind of interesting too. There we go. Let's see.
Happy 1 year anniversary. 3-month carnivore here. I still do have decaf every day. Shh, okay, your secret's safe with us.
We won't tell anybody.
I actually decided I've been having coffee every morning and I decided today I'm going to stop the coffee and then just keep it for my treats again, which is how I used to do it. But the last couple of weeks, I'm just like, oh, I really feel like a coffee. There's no reason. Like I don't feel bad if I have coffee, but I just have Dr. Chafee in my head saying plants are trying to kill you. So, and I think if I have it as a treat, then I don't have cravings. Like it's when I go out, I can look forward to having my coffee, whereas I don't look forward to it as much if I'm having it every day. So I'm using it as my cheat now. So
that's awesome.
Here
we go. Question: were you able to lose weight without exercise? Because I get crippling foot pain, so I can't move a lot. Hoping as I weigh less, my feet will be less sore. Absolutely. I lost my first 205 pounds or so without any, I mean, I was moving more because I was able to, but no exercise. But I do exercise now, but it's not because I have to. It's because I just got stronger and feel better. And now I want to. So, but it's, yeah, I think, I truly believe that people don't exercise because they're able, if your body's healthy and you're nourished and you're not inflamed and you're not sick, you'll want to exercise and things won't hurt and they won't be inflamed. And then you can go out and do more things. If, so this stuff about, no wonder that the, no wonder that the advice of don't eat fat and red meat, which is what you need to not have an inflammatory diet. Make sure you eat the inflammatory foods. It's going to keep you inflamed and sore and sick. Don't put any building blocks that you need, like collagen, amino acids, fat, protein. Don't put any of that stuff in, and then go work out. So you don't have any building blocks for your tendons, your joints, your muscles. You're inflamed, so you can make sure you can build up as much lactic acid as possible so that plagues you. And then also you don't have a good energy source. It's a flash in the pan with a little bit of glucose in your muscles, but that's it. And then they're like, and if you can't, use that perfect system to go out there and tear it up in the gym, then you're doing something wrong. I mean, no wonder that is not a cure for 74% of the population of obese and overweight people. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I couldn't physically exercise. I was so overweight and just my mobility was out the window. So I focused mainly on diet, just keeping as strict as I could. And it's only since July that I've started implementing intentional exercise, but not for weight loss. Like I still relying on diet to help me lose the weight, but more to strengthen my muscles. I'm very weak. I need to strengthen all my muscles because I can't, climb stairs and do crazy things. So more so for the muscle training, strength, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
For sure. Hey, Big John, glad to see you made it. Glad to see you're back and back from your work trip. Let's see. Do either of you eat sticks of butter like steak and butter gal? I do not. I did for a while, and I don't have any problem with it. It really, for me, it depends on if you're one of the people that don't have an issue with casing in dairy or not. And I don't know how much casing is in butter. I just know that I retain a little bit more fluid, so I eat the tallow instead of the butter. But I know a lot of people that do, and Bella being one of them. But a lot of people also eat the sticks of butter and do just fine on it. Do great on it. In fact,
Yeah. I have a little bit of butter, but not eating sticks because of the lymphedema, lipedema. Again, I don't know how it affects me. I'd rather just stay without. I do eat the tallow though.
for sure. Let's see here. I have a question. I need to increase my folates, so I'm going to start eating liver. I was told eating it raw is best, but I don't know if I can pull that off. Thoughts? So, Chafee told me this himself in Wyoming. He said it's easier to eat it raw, actually, and it tastes better raw. I still haven't tried it, but he said you just cut it up in little pieces, and you just put it down the hatch and swallow it. So I have not done that yet, but I can imagine that being so because I don't like that weird livery, organy, mushy taste that it gets when it gets cooked. So I think yeah, you cut it up in little pieces and then you put it in the freezer because you're only trying to get like 2 ounces a day, right? You don't need a bunch. So 2 ounces isn't much. I mean, what 2 ounces is something like 6 tablespoons, It's not a ton. So you can pretty much swallow that down. And I can imagine it being cold. I know this from when I was trying to use the Ninja Creamy on the keto days. When you freeze something, it loses like 60% of its flavor profile. So it's going to dull it down by 60%, So because like the ratio was like if you were putting cacao or something in your cream to make keto ice cream, you'd have to put a lot more of it for ice cream than you would like a cake, because frozen stuff is it dens the taste buds. So I could totally see that working just fine.
Yeah, I heard chopping it into really small bite-sized pieces and freezing it is
Yeah,
the best way to have it down. Yeah.
there we go. Yeah, Sandra's on top of it too. Yeah, for sure. Sorry, we beat that horse to death now, I guess. We all hit it. Yeah. Okay, I should have looked
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Thank you, Todd. Lindy, that makes me feel encouraged. That's awesome. Now, true story. Let's see.
Yeah, I was thinking I did do a little bit of a snapshot of when we met Michael for the first time when he came on our show. Did you want to watch that?
Put that
I
up.
actually cried when I saw it, and I just thought I'd love to share this again. So yeah, here we go. Just a little bit of
Whoa, look at that chunky guy.
So when was it? I think it was November last year.
I think so.
Yeah, so just when Michael made his first appearance at debut on our show. So here we go.
This is a good time to talk about this guy.
I love Michael. He's awesome.
Michael is our new what do you call him? Like moderator, producer, IT. He's just helping us because he knows that we're a little bit technologically behind. Everything that you're seeing here, the background, the comments, remember when I was juggling comments and looking like a clown? That was Michael took mercy on us and said, let me help you with your comments, your background, your banners, your feeds. So all this stuff we look like we're a well-oiled machine. That's Michael. He's doing all that. And he's also got a pretty amazing carnivore story too, that once he gets us all caught up and running a little bit smoother, he's gonna be joining us here one of these future days. So but
or I can just do it right now.
There we go.
Yay, hi Michael.
Welcome
guys.
to Michael. This is awesome. This is so much fun. What do you think, Mike? What do you want to say?
First, I just want to thank Lindy and Todd for coming out and doing this. I'm gonna get all choked up here, guys. Them coming out and doing what they're doing has helped me in just this short time. I'm the guy that Todd brought up last night about being 17 years homebound. And I'm speechless right now, but these two people have helped me so much. And I know they understand where I'm coming from because they lived it. And if you don't live where we've been, you never truly understand it. You can think that you understand it, but until you walk the walk, you don't know it. And I know Lindy, it took a lot of guts for her to come out and turn her camera on SBG. And she was the first one to do this. And she's freaking amazing. I love her so much. And Todd has become such a close friend to me since we started doing this. We could have had some long podcasts and shows with our phone calls that we've had. Our first phone call was 10 hours. And we felt like we've known each other our entire lives. But these two people are truly amazing. And I thank them each day for being in my life. I really mean that. And you guys have no idea how much weight came off me when I first came out and started talking about this a couple shows ago. I felt like a new person, and it's been that way since this has all been going on. So I truly appreciate you guys. And I know that I'm not alone. Look in the chat. You can see how many other people there are like us that have gone through this and are still suffering with this. And if I do have a channel that I do go live with or put videos up or something like this, it's going to be talking to those people that are stuck just like we all were. I truly wanted to thank you guys. I mean this.
We are
You
so
guys,
happy.
you guys, me doing this and doing the show with you guys has given my life meaning again. I look forward to waking up each morning and having something to do and that I could put my effort into. So you guys are, thank you. Okay,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
go back. I'm gonna go back in the dark now. Or I can stay up here too. I can see.
You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay. You can help us answer some of these questions. So
Absolutely. Michael, yeah, it's been nothing but a pleasure, man. I'm glad to call you my friend. I cannot wait. This is what me and Lindy were hoping for, that we could find people with this show that we would relate to, because we both found a commonality, and it felt nice to know somebody that was in our shoes before and that could relate to it. And we realized that was something that was kind of missing for us when we were looking to it. We could see other people, but none that were kind of as deep into this as we were. We didn't have a ton of hope that it was going to work for us, and the fact that it did, and so amazingly, we were hoping that we could find people like you, and well, you blew our expectations out of the water. You're so much more than we were hoping for too, and the work that you're doing now and helping us, it's a true godsend. So
I told Todd, I was forced to move into a very small apartment that's on the second floor. There's no way for me to get out of this place if there's a fire or something like that, and I don't see nobody. So I haven't really talked to anybody in like 3 years. So having Todd and Lindy that I can talk to and share my experience with, and they understand everything that I tell them because they all lived it. It's really amazing. Speaking of Carnivore, it has changed my life. I've been addicted to food all my life. When Todd tells his story, that's pretty much mine. Though I wasn't as big at that age. I was probably 300-400 pounds. But now that I am carb free, the feeling of not having the thought of food constantly being there, or what am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for breakfast? The first thought that comes into your mind, because you got that addiction. And I'll tell you, my first month through Carnivore was very hard on me. I really thought I was going to die. I had really bad breathing issues in the month of July, and I didn't think I was going to make it. And July is my birthday month, and I said on my birthday, I got to go for one more change, one more try at this, because I've tried so many times and I've always failed. And for the first time in my life, I'm free from that addiction of the carbs. I don't think about food. I actually have to get up and force myself to eat because I don't think about it otherwise. It's amazing. It's life-changing. And I feel for the first time in my life, I'm free. And for the longest time, I always thought that the only way I would ever lose weight is by getting weight loss surgery. And I always pushed my insurance companies to try to get me approved for it. But being homebound, there's no way I can see a nutritionist to come out and see me. Nobody takes the Medicaid and to come out to see you. So how was I ever going to do that? So I would get so close to being able to do it, but then I would always hit red tape and, but I don't need it now. I found this and this is working. And the weight that I'm at right now is the lowest that I've been in probably 20 plus years.
there you go.
wow, I forgot about that.
It's emotional, isn't it? I was so happy when he came on, and another amazing story there. So yeah, I miss him heaps.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're praying for Michael. He's got his spine thing going on, but he will be back soon. But he's doing awesome. I think he was. I know he's put on a little bit of fluid because of the inflammation and the steroids that he's on. But I think he's down like 160 pounds, and it's pretty incredible. It's incredible what's going on, and he's an inspiration to all of us. So. And
despite everything he's going through, he's still staying strong on the Carnivore train. So, he's not giving up.
For sure. For sure. And we need our tech guy.
We do.
We'll be in trouble. We'll be in trouble without him.
Oh, he's super cool, putting all the comments up and all that. You
For
miss
sure.
him.
Right. That's why it's back to being clunky. Todd, Lindy, you both have such a pleasant, humorous personality. It's hard to believe you're both years into dieting. Goes to show carnivore is not a drudgery to stick with. Thanks, Charlie and Marilyn. I appreciate it so much. And it is, I mean, it's the opposite. It is healing and it's freeing, right? It's just a weight off to know that you don't have any sugar addictions, caffeine addictions. All those addictions are gone. And once you get rid of the addictions and you know the plan, the path forward to healing, it's the battle's won. It's just a matter of time. Every day just gets better.
Mm. And we removed the word diet out of our vocabulary. It's a 4-letter word. So this is our lifestyle now, and it's
Right.
what we do. Yeah, we know how to feel amazing. So we just continue doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting back to coffee, yes or no, Dr. I don't know who that is.
Dr. Siwes, I think it is. Yeah, I have seen videos from him.
Says that it's excellent for carnivores and highly recommended that we drink it. I'm with him. Yeah, I mean, I think it's individual. I don't, like, I'm not, like, look, I have pickled jalapenos on my carnivore diet. I also have some apple cider vinegar because it helps me. I don't particularly drink any caffeine because I quit drinking caffeine and everything because my hook was soda. That's what I gained most of my weight with. That was my biggest food addiction, was actually energy drinks and soda. So I don't want to drink. I mean, even as it is, I can get addicted to drinking too much water, right? Because that was what I did. As I put out most of the garbage in me was drinks, not food. So I personally don't do it. But if it doesn't bother you, I think what Coach Raymond would say is that he worries about what it does to your appetite and what it does to your gut microbiome and your digestion, right? So I think that's the only reason why he's would like everybody to at least try it. And this I do agree with. I don't care what you are on. I think that everybody would behoove themselves to do like Lion Diet, try to get down to like Lion Diet for just like 60 days and then add things back one at a time, like coffee and everything. And then you'll know for sure if it's good for you or if it's bad for you personally. Because that's how I found out everything that I can't have for sure, because it'll revolt. That's why I know I can't have pepper. If I have black pepper, it makes me an inflamed mess and it's going to cause problems. That's how I found out I can't have anything in the onion family. Even dried onions were kind of the okay or the least inflammatory. But when I went Lion Diet and I went back and had dried onions, nope, they were inflammatory. So I can't have anything from the onion family. So I think Jordan Peterson says it best, that carnivore, if you really wanted to sum it up, is an elimination animal-based diet, so that you can eliminate everything down to the bare minimums. You got to be able to find something to live on and nourish your body on that doesn't have any side effects for you. And for some people, that's lamb. For some people, it's beef. For Jordan Peterson, I think it's beef, lamb, salt, and water. I think is all that they eat. But once they do that, you can add things back one at a time. And then you can figure out your N=1 experiment and figure out what list of things you can tolerate, what list of things you can't. And it's completely individual. And if that's coffee, then drink it up.
Yeah. And for someone like me that struggles to eat a lot of meat because of the lap band, coffee does suppress the hunger, and I'm always falling into under eating. So for me, it's important not to have anything that's going to suppress hunger. If I do have coffee, I don't eat till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then get a few little bites in, and then my hair starts falling out because I'm not eating enough. So that's another reason I'm not having the coffee every day, is because I need to eat.
For sure.
Eating, yeah.
For sure. I love liver, but I don't want to have to worry about salmonella, etc. So I decided a while ago, when I started taking down a massive amount of raw eggs, that I'm not, there's only so many things that I'm going to worry about. And salmonella is not really one of them that I'm going to worry about because it's such a small thing. And, you know, as far as who it affects. And I also think that if you try to buy like the freshest and local eggs, or if you try to get your liver meat, you know, grass fed, grass finished locally, I think it's, you know, the odds are very, very slim. And so I just don't worry about any of that stuff personally. Cause I mean, it's like, I forget who was saying this, but it's like how, I think it was Carrie at Homestead Howe was saying this the other day. And it's such a great point that it's like all you hear from everybody is cholesterol this, cholesterol that. What about your cholesterol if you eat carnivore? But the reason why everybody's going to carnivore is because they're metabolically sick. And you are 6 times more likely to have a heart attack if you're metabolically sick. So it's like maybe you're twice as likely, or even 3 times as likely if you have super high, which is not even true. It's only if you're a lean mass hyper responder that cholesterol seems to really matter for you. And I mean, I'm just speaking about what I've heard most of the doctors say, but I mean, that's crazy, right? So really what we're saying is if you have high cholesterol and no metabolic disease, you're like at least 5 times less likely to have a heart attack than you were when you had low cholesterol and metabolic disease, right? And that's kind of how I think about all these little things, because I can only have so many things I can worry about in a day. And salmonella, I just decided is not going to be one of them. I'm going to assume that when I'm eating raw organ meats, the benefits from the raw organ meats are going to make me a little bit more resilient to those kind of attacks, and that my body will fight it off, basically. What do you think, Lindy?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was reading comments. So I've lost my train of
No
thought.
worries.
Yeah.
No worries. We'll move on because I know exactly what that's like.
I'm trying to concentrate on 2 things. It's
Yeah,
tricky
nope.
today.
I know. That's why when you guys see me, I was worried. I went back and watched some of the live with Bella the other night on Thursday, and I just was looking down like this. I'm like, everybody's going to think I'm crazy, but that's because I was starring all the comments I had. And when Bella comes in, there was like 1,500. Well, actually, there's more than that. There's over 2,500 comments, I think, in that. So I had to read like 2,500 comments and try to find all the questions. So
I love our little show. It's a nice small family here, whereas when Bella comes on, it's like, yeah, big party.
Oh, I like it. It's a change of pace and it's fun, but it's when you see me looking down like this for 3 solid hours, it's not because I'm ignoring everybody. I'm trying to watch the ticker tape that's going this fast and trying to catch all the comments. Man, it's crazy.
I think you missed answering that one. There we go.
There we go. I was trying to put it up. What's your favorite time restrictive eating method? I've been experimenting with OMAD at 9 because it helps me with my hiatal hernia. So first of all, OMADs are like the trap that every carnivore falls in, because we would all like to just get away with OMADs because they're the easiest thing to do by far, because you only have to cook once a day. You only have to eat once a day. Carnivore is so satiating. It's really easy to do OMADs. I thought I was killing it because I did 9 months of OMADs when I first did carnivore. And I'm like, man, I can do this forever. But what happens is your body thinks you're in a famine and you just tank your metabolism. That's what happened to me. And that's what happens to most people. So it's inevitable that you're going to hit a stall eventually. So you got to kind of change it up. You can do a lot of fasting. And I just hit another stall because I overfasted just 3 weeks ago. So this has been like 3 times that I've actually witnessed this myself. But you can do a lot of fasting, but then you have to make room to eat. And when you're eating, you really have to eat, right? So I don't no longer like OMADs. They are good to transition into other forms of fasting. But right now, and I'm not saying for everybody to do this. I'm doing this because I still have a lot of weight left and I have a lot of lymphatic tissue to heal. But right now, my favorite fasting is I eat for 7 days and I try to eat really hard, like eat 2-3 pounds of meat plus, this is going to sound crazy, but I eat 54 egg yolks a day. I drink them just raw. but it's not as bad as it sounds. But I do that for a specific reason. It's for DHEA for hormones. But anyways, but then I do that for 7 days, which is actually more like 5 days because it takes about 2 days to refeed from a long fast to get back up to where I can eat that much. But then I fast for 7 days, and that's my favorite time restrictive eating right now. How about you, Lindy?
Yeah, no, I'm not a faster because I can't prime enough to do the fasting without the white knuckle, and I don't like the white knuckle, and SBG don't like you to white knuckle either. So I'm probably a 2 a day person. I normally don't like to eat in the morning. I just have a meal sort of about 1 o'clock, and then when my hubby comes home about 6, we eat. So, and then the rest of the time I fast. I try not to snack. I just do the 2 meals. Sometimes it might be a one meal if I'm not hungry. And then other times I'll throw in that third meal because I wake up hungry and I just listen to my body. So every day is different. I just change it up depending on how I feel.
That's awesome. Big Man says, I need a Michael. We all need a Michael, but back off. He's ours.
Yeah, we don't share, Michael.
I can get your own. Let's see. Oh, you've been starting. Okay, I'm going to stop looking because you've got them all set up. I'm having no, shoot. Sorry, I thought I got rid of that. That was one. There we go. I can't eat raw liver, but I just started cooking it in bacon grease, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Then eat bits with meat or eggs. Also a teaspoon of sour cream. It works for me. Yeah, that's awesome. And because it masks the taste and gets it down. So that's fantastic. I gave up on losing weight and never thought about health. Then came diabetes. Doctor said cut carbs and sugar. A light bulb went off in my brain. And that is a secret to the success of weight loss. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, great job.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like a light bulb went off that I just had to do the exact opposite that everybody had told me for most of my life about fat and red meat. That's so crazy, isn't it? Can't have cumin, chili powder. Never knew I had a bad effect on me. Or it had a bad effect on me. That's why I love Carnivore. It really has helped me pinpoint things. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, pepper, black pepper. Who doesn't use black pepper? You know, it's like I never even thought about it, you know, and that, I mean, all of a sudden when you start getting healthy enough, when you're a dumpster fire, you don't even know what's happening. I remember when I was even on keto, my diet got clean enough that I tried some of that peanut butter powder protein stuff to make some protein ice cream back when I was trying to do keto. Found out I had a nut allergy, swelled up, like genuinely swelled up. Like I was actually like, I needed one of those EpiPens or something. Yeah. It's just crazy. When you start cleaning up your diet, you can actually see what's really affecting your body. And I'd been eating peanuts and stuff for forever, not feeling great, but I never felt great. So it was hard to tell what was causing everything, you know, and I never put 2 and 2 together until I started feeling better. Then with the contrast, you could actually see, oh, these peanuts are trying to kill me. And then Dr. Chafee started making a lot of sense. The vegetables are trying to kill you, you know?
Yeah. I always used to feel crappy as well. And since being carnivore, I just use salt. But occasionally if you go out or if I'm making something at home, we put some like Tuscan spice, a bit of garlic and onion or something, just the dried stuff. And it repeats on me so bad. Like obviously it wasn't good for me back then, but I didn't know because I was eating everything that was bad. But now if I have any onion or garlic, I just feel terrible. So I'm very, very clean.
Yep.
Mainly just salt.
Yep. 100%. Let's see. I've lost 28 pounds and 4.5 inches off my waist in 2 months. Congratulations. That's incredible. Very good job.
Good job.
Yeah, it's crazy. And those are like side effects almost. Those are like the icing on the cake. It's like, how do you feel? How's your energy? If you're losing that kind of weight and that kind of size, that means, you know, your metabolic system, you're starting to become more metabolically healthy, and you're getting rid of inflammation, which means less pain, less fatigue, less brain fog, just the whole 9 yards. And that's what's beautiful about it. It's incredible. I've watched countless videos and worked on SBG YouTube. The real reason I'm doing this is inspired by the two of you. Oh, wow.
Oh,
My username is from the gaming community. I began Carnivore Tuesday. That's awesome.
congratulations. Yeah, I'm so glad that we've inspired you to give this a go and continue lurking. That's what I did for a long time. Even in SBG gang, I didn't even turn my camera on because I was so embarrassed, and I just lurked and was totally inspired by all the wonderful testimonies, the stories out there of people healing, losing weight. And obviously I started this for weight loss, but to me, that's just the cherry on top. The healing that I've experienced from being on this way of eating has been paramount, over the weight loss. The weight loss, I'm happy. I'm happy I lost weight. But yeah, I'm just a new person now. I've got a bit more confidence, and I'm no longer type 2 diabetic. My lipedema is all healed, still there, but manageable. I have my life back.
For sure.
Such a healing diet.
It's so good. Yeah, very good job. Sandra, Lindy, I'm going to go to eating as much as I can for a while, and hopefully my hair will sort itself out. Also been taking biotin.
Yeah. And up the fats a bit. Definitely the fat helps as well as eating. So, yeah. Good job. Good job.
That's awesome.
Keep us posted.
Is biotin collagen?
I think you get biotin from the egg whites.
Okay, I got you. I think I think, what was it? Coach Amy, did she take collagen for her hair as well?
Yeah, I've got collagen. I do take that at the moment. I've decided to take that every day till the end of the year, but you'll find out more about that soon. I've got a few videos planned of what I'm doing in the next 3 months.
That's awesome. Let's see. On the replay, we'll catch up soon for me. I get flaky, scaly skin during some oxalate dumps. It's really weird as you don't see the crystals. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I actually see the crystals. It's weird. I was like, what is happening? Am I making diamonds?
I've never seen crystals at all. I've had a few rashes, but yeah, just the bumpy skin. And
first one came out of my eye right here, like right under the eyelid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa. And then I got one right here that actually came out of the pore. I got one on my forehead, and it's starting to freak me out.
Yeah, I'd be freaked out if that happened to me. But yeah, I don't get crystals. I find that really weird.
I was hoping they were diamonds, and then that would mean that I was, like a money tree or something. I'm growing diamonds. But no, they're oxalate crystals. It was gross.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like a really hard little kind of like I don't know. Kind of like the color of this salt, but a little bit lighter and more translucent, and about that size. And they're all of a sudden you'll be like, what is this? You'll feel like you got something in there, but it's kind of coming out of the pore. Mm-hmm. And you'll pull it out and be like, where'd that come from? And yeah, it's your body just pushing those things out. It's weird.
Wow, definitely feeling ripped off here. Oh, crystals.
Black pepper was surprising to me. Never would have thought of it. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's so silly. I've been on carnivore now almost 3 months. I've lost 15 pounds, but heartburn, bloating, and swelling gone at 2 weeks. Week 2. I've had acid reflux since I was 15, and I am 5. I'm going to say 50. Or I'm not sure. Very first time in my life. Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic, Diana. Yeah, my husband has acid reflux as well. And some nights we go to bed and he just bolts upright and he sits on the end of the bed and he's burping. And I'm like, oh, what's going on, honey? And he knows whenever he eats crap, that's what happens to him. And right now it's no sympathy from me because whenever he eats strict carnivore, he's fine. So I always know when he's cheated. I'm like, well, you You get over it. You'll feel better soon. Go and play a game or something. And
Ah,
come back to bed.
there we go.
51.
I figured
Yeah.
I figured you missed the last part, or you were referring to aging backwards. One of the two. Because both are possible on Carnivore. But yeah, that's incredible. Shout out to Michael, the magic behind the 700 plus podcast. You both are great, but a good it person means, yeah, your message gets hard or heard lots to do with technical issues. Yeah, for sure. Michael is is absolutely the foundation of this thing. And that's why we are praying for him, because we need our tech guy back. Plus, I need him to keep me straight on the straight and narrow. He always gives me a hard time. So
yeah, I haven't saved the Cupid photos or anything, so I'm going to have to harass him for that.
no, that guy actually went out of his way to get a bobblehead of me made just so that he could give me a hard time. I don't know. I was worried what kind of voodoo he's going to try to do on that thing with some pins and needles or something. I was joking with him.
I was trying to find that video, but we've got too much footage there, and I just couldn't find it in time. But I will find it one day. I will find it.
Well, it would be a real shame if all those disappeared. Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go for a walk because it's what, an hour. So I hope I haven't burnt my hamburgers. They're probably on fire outside. So let's go see what they look like. Yeah. Just the birds are out here, so they might start squawking in a minute. So
when you do that, I'm going to have a bite of
pork. Oh, and look, the sun's come out for us too. I was going to sit out here, but it was freezing this morning. So there's the sunshine. Look at that.
Wow, it is sunshiny.
Sunny Melbourne.
So weird how you guys have summer when we start having winter.
Yeah, so my thermometer still says 83. So I don't know what to go with that is.
Well, let's take a look at them. And I always tell by the feel on the burgers.
Oh.
They look good.
There we go. How's that?
They look done to me. Can you push on one of them so I can see it with your thumb?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Try and navigate this. Can you see?
Uh-huh. Now, does it have a little bit of pushback, or does it feel a little bit squishy?
Yeah, how about we try and take one out?
Huh. To me, it looks done.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's done.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that looks done for sure, but it didn't have any wobble in your tongs there. It looks done, but...
Oh, I should put it down. There we go.
Nice. Oh, you got the...
There we go. Is that...
Oh, yeah, that's done.
There you go.
That's a beauty. Nice and juicy.
Nice and juicy.
That's awesome.
Dang.
Those look delicious.
So I turn it off, I guess. But yeah, let's have a taste. They're super moist.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's awesome. Is that just a hamburger, or did you add bacon to it?
No, it's half pork mince and half ground beef.
That's awesome. So that's really good. It's really juicy then.
Yeah, so I buy it like that. I love the smoke screen effect behind me.
For dramatic effect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really like those. They're a really good change up too. And I think of those every time I think when people are worried that Carnivore might be too expensive. This pork belly is super cheap. I'm trying to think how much it was. I think it was $3 a pound. And that ground beef, and I like to take ground beef and ground bacon 2 to 1 mix, 1/3 bacon and 2/3 ground beef is what I put through the meat grinder, and I love that. It's a really good change up, and it never disappoints. Yeah, no, definitely really, really good. So I guess I should take them out so that I can overcook. Mm-hmm. Is it really noisy with this on? No.
Not too bad?
Nope, not at all.
All right. Let me turn this. You keep talking. I'll get them out and put them inside. And then I'll go back in the study. Wait for them to overcook.
For sure.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Look at those.
Those look delicious. I love the red candy coated smoke.
Yeah. So I literally just put 1 egg and salt and mixed it all up. They're only little ones because I can't eat big ones like yours. And then nice and rustic looking because I don't have a mold thing.
Oh, they look great.
Not too bad.
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, so easy and so good. Those things are delicious.
So there you go. My hamburgers.
There you go. Now, how long will that last you think?
I'll probably only get like 2. I'll have 1 now and 1 later. My husband will be home, and I think my daughter, she's at hospital at the moment, and they're going to pop by on their way through and have some hamburgers. So probably be gone tonight.
Oh, that's okay. I just was wondering. It's funny when I make, because when I just cook for me and Mom, I can make that stuff and it'll last, half the week sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I've only got 1 hand, so I'm going to put these in and then I'll come back and get you so you can just watch my lovely garden.
No worries. All right, while she's doing that, I'll pull up another comment. Still on the replay, the Michael's visit has me tearing up. Your first live stream together. Also, look how different you all are now. Amazing and still getting better. Absolutely. That was crazy. I forgot about that episode. Lindy had that idea today, and it was awesome. It was great to see. I thought I had an eye infection when I had irritation and hard crystal-like stuff in my eyes, but it probably was oxalates. I don't wear glasses anymore, so possible healing there. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, my eyes have healed up crazy. There we go, Dan Kiwi. Awesome. Had Diana Bergman, 51, 2 over 8 years carnivore, never going back. Congratulations, guys. It's freezing over here, too, in Western Australia.
Yeah, Western Australia. It's normally warmer over there.
For sure. Yeah, we were making you hungry, but we're making you hungry for carnivore food. That's the important part. So we're trying to combat the standard American diet cravings and the commercials you might get. We're trying to help you out there. Get you go have some burgers and bacon.
And we can't all afford tomahawks and ribeyes, so little ground beef patties are just
for sure. They're awesome. I had a bunch of those a week ago for sure. I like them.
Maybe for our 2-year anniversary, we can afford a tomahawk.
Right. I was almost grab one, but I had so much meat I didn't want to cook any because I already had that New York strip roast, and then I had the pork belly, and I was like, I don't want to have too much meat because I'm trying to get ready to do a 7-day fast here pretty soon. As soon as I feel like I'm good and primed, which I'm feeling like right now because I want to get this fluid off pretty bad, but I am trying to get the rest of my metabolism out of the toilet. For sparkling water, I made a kegerator. I can dial in my level of carbonation. I'm guessing it's better than all of them. Much less expensive in the long run. Oh man, I might have to try that. That's an awesome idea. So a kegerator, kegerator is where you get a keg and you carbonate. So he must get a keg of water. He must put his own carbonation in it and pump it up. But it must be, it's probably a mini keg. And then the whole keg goes in the refrigerator and has a little spigot. This is from the alcoholic days. Like if you were at a college party or something, they'd make kegerators of beer, and the whole keg goes in the little mini fridge. and it just has a spigot outside, and it pumps cold beer. But he made one for sparkling water, so that's awesome.
Wow. Nice. We might need to get one for when you and Bella come here, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford Topo Chico for all of you guys.
No worries. You go later. Here, have a piece of pork. Yeah, no joke. Did they sell Topo Chico there?
I don't see it much. I mean, you guys have it like crate loads of it, but yeah, it's not cheap. I just, yeah, be interesting. I'll go and price it. But I haven't seen the little bottles. You normally get like a liter bottle.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are quite expensive. I'll have to have a
no
look.
worries.
Yeah.
Glad you're enjoying the new pellet grill, Lindy. Charlie's loving that you're doing some smoking.
Oh, look, I got my little hamburger here. So good. So good.
Anna says they look like puffy little meat donuts. What's that? There you go. Because that's having some pork and she's digging it.
Well, if you're in the area, drop in. I've got plenty of hamburgers for everybody. Happy to share.
Us Italians would call them meatballs. You're Italian, Lindy.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. And with the pork, it's so nice as well.
Nice. My sweet mom bought me some lean beef to be supportive. I just cut up a stick of butter and eat it. Yeah, for sure. In each bite. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters with the beef, because like I drain it anyway because I don't want disaster pants. Having the hot fat from that is no good. So definitely add butter or tallow. I add the tallow. So good.
For sure. Next anniversary, all three of you need to be together and for real and cooking steaks. Absolutely. That'd be an awesome second anniversary special for sure. Yep. Michael's healing.
I need to get you and Michael down here in Australia. We can do it. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun for sure. Let's see. Just making sure I'm getting everybody. I had to drink sparkling water on the plane ride home. It wasn't bad. No, I enjoy it. That's always my plane drink. Lindy, so with the lap band, were you able to do the fasting on the SBG priming protocol or only eating part?
Yeah, no, I still struggle to do the priming. I have to prime by grazing all day. So just like 5 bites every half hour or every hour. So the fasting is difficult for me. I did do a 5-day fast with Michael and Todd back in January. I did pretty well. It was a little bit hard to start, but I managed to do it okay. But I haven't been able to fast ever since. So yeah, I just can't get enough food in me to do a fast without white knuckling. So, but the thing is with SBG, you don't have to follow the protocol like the fasting and feasting. If you're not comfortable, you're too scared to do it, they say don't do it. You need to be ready and you need to want to do it. They're there to support you whether you do the protocol or not. Even if you're keto and have a few vegetables, they'll still support you. But if you're not meeting your goals, then they may recommend you try cutting things out. But it's your journey and you need to find what works for you, and they will support you with whatever your journey is.
For sure. I found, well, excuse me. I found that I do best on steaks. For sure. And this is crazy. Sandra says 12 1-liter glass bottles is $50. That is a little bit silly. Now, what does that make it? That makes it in American, that makes it something like well, it'd be 5, so 6 times, so that'd be 30. So that makes about $33 American for 12 bottles. Yeah, that is kind of expensive. The San Pellegrino 1-liter bottles here are $25. So, but you get 15 of them in a case. So they're basically like $1.33 or something, where yours would be the equivalent of $3. So that's a little
There
bit
you
crazy.
go. Mm.
I don't know what you guys are doing down there, but you need to tell them to stop putting tariffs on your sparkling water.
We've got a hose here for you, Todd. There'll be plenty of water in the hose.
No worries. No worries. You'll see me on my carry-on will be 60 pounds of sparkling water. There we go. Whoop. Wrong one. I just ordered myself a rebounder after seeing Lindy and Lynn's video.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, do tell us how you go with it. I love my rebounder, and the vibration plate are the best tools that I have for my journey. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Did you get a handle with it as well? I still haven't bought a handle, but it's on my wish list.
Yeah, that's my problem with having the lap band. Don't think I could do extended fast because I can't nourish enough first. Though I've joined SBG just for the community.
Yeah, look, I love the NSV meetings. They're my favorite, just sort of turning up and hearing about everybody's healing journey, and it's not focused on the scale at all. So it just inspires me, it keeps me motivated and on track. I found sort of in the last few months I haven't been attending as many meetings with things that are going on at home, and I kind of lost my way a little bit. So I'm immersing myself back in the community because I need that reminder. It keeps me accountable. It really does help, keep me on track with my journey. So, yeah. And I'm glad you're in there. You have to say hi next time.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people that have, it's a different thing when you have the bariatric surgeries. And there's a lot of people that have issues with that. And, they have to eat, just like Lindy, have to eat many small meals to get nourished. And yeah, but still plenty of success. I mean, Lindy losing 500 pounds. It's incredible with, still fighting that battle.
And there is a lady in SBG who's actually in the process of having her lap band removed. So I'm following her very closely to see how she goes, because it has really crossed my mind, because I do struggle to eat carnivore.
For sure.
Yeah.
Here's an awesome question. Lindy, if you had to decide between a rebounder and a vibration plate, which would you choose?
It really depends on you. If you've been sedentary for a long time, have a lot of weight still to lose, definitely go the vibration plate. But if you're mobile and able to get around, you're very fairly active, then definitely the rebounder is a great place to start. So it just depends on where you are at your journey. They're both equally good. I love both. I have my vibration plate under my desk, and then I have one next to my bed, because as soon as I wake up, I jump on it, and then when I go to bed, I jump on it. The one under my desk, on my vibration plate. The vibration plate under my desk I have going pretty much all day when I'm seated at my desk. And then the rebounder I jump on throughout the day, and then I can get some other movements in. It really depends on where you are on your journey. They're both fantastic. Mm.
Oh, man. Yes, I got the handle. I ordered a mini Life Pro vibration plate after seeing Bill Knott. That's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. And you say the vibration plate helps remove the lactic acid out of your muscles after exercising, so you don't have that pain afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good for so many things because it moves lymphatic fluid. It moves, because, you move fat through your lymphatic system too. And so it kind of gets clogged up. And so I have kind of a regimen now that's actually working pretty good, where I do Wim Hof breathing to move my diaphragm, because a lot of stuff gets plugged up in your waist right there where your waist bends, especially if you have a belly or if, whatever, a lot of weight pinching down right there. So it gets pinched up there. But if you do the Wim Hof breathing exercise, it moves your diaphragm, makes room, and starts getting things moving. And then I use the vibration plate both on my legs for 10 minutes, and then I do on my arms for 5 minutes to open up the thoracic ducts, and then I do the rebounder to pump that fluid, because your calves are basically the heartbeat, the pump for your lymphatic system. And so between all three of those things, it gets the lymph fluid really moving. And then, but also, then after I lift, I go back on the vibration plate because it moves lactic acid out of the muscle so that you don't get as sore. So that's really happy, happy side effect of that. And also, I had some neuropathy in my legs, and that causes better blood flow, to your lower extremities, and which helps helps heal the nerves and kind of get rid of that neuropathy. So that was really handy too.
And I found the vibration plate is really good. Sometimes if I over-exercise, I get really bad cramps in my legs. Like they bring me to tears in both legs. So I stand on the vibration plate, and that seems to relax my muscles and shake the cramps out. Otherwise, I feel like I just want to chop both legs off. It's so bad. Another thing is it helps me sleep. It relaxes your whole body, so I sleep like a baby afterwards. So doing it before bed has helped me. And also sometimes I occasionally get a little bit constipated. Just standing on that is enough to, I don't know, make me go afterwards, which has been fantastic. So it's all these little benefits that I didn't even know the vibration plate did. And if you Google all those symptoms, the vibration plate actually comes up as being something that you can use to help with those.
Wow. Well, and definitely the cramps, man, that was another thing. Just out of desperity or whatever, I was having a calf cramp that I could not get to go away one night. And I just, out of just being in pain and desperate, I jumped on the vibration plate and I got rid of it in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I get mine on the front of my ankles, like right in the front. And so you can't bend or anything. And I'm just like, I've got my heels up like this. I was like, I can't move.
I know, it's so painful.
Just, and it happens if I overdo it, especially if I'm at my daughter's shop and I'm doing the flowers and I'm standing on the concrete floors. And then that night, it's happened twice now. Like it's been really bad.
Right.
Is there a height weight capacity?
For sure. Yeah. The one I have is good for 5. She's talking about on the vibration plate, right? Yeah, 500 pounds. Yeah, mine goes to 500 pounds, and I was using it when I was 526 pounds still. And yeah, it works just fine. I use the heck out of that thing. I mean, I'm still right at 400 pounds, and I use the heck out of that thing. Like I do squats on it. And you know what? I hold 90 pounds worth of weights and do squats while I'm on it. So yeah, I'm pretty much with the weights that I'm holding. I'm pretty much 500 pounds when I'm on it right now. 490, 485, something like that.
And I had a vibration plate probably 3 years before I started Carnivore because my girlfriend had one and was moving house and said, oh, look, I'll leave it at your place. And so I used it, but I didn't stand on it. I just sat down and put my feet on it. So you don't need to stand on it. And I found that really helped with my lymphedema. And she never got it back.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, you can still grab one and just sit on the couch or wherever you're comfortable and just pop your feet on it. It will help your legs get some movement in there.
For sure. Yes, I'm counting down the months to getting my lap band out. 11 months to go. I'm anxious about the procedure, but I cannot wait to get rid of it. That's awesome.
I'm so envious. Yeah, I'm trying to battle the demons in my head right now about going to a doctor and inquiring about it. But I'm very close. I might have to because I'm hating it.
For sure. Is there a high? Or no, we already did that one. There we go. Love you both. Thanks for all you shared. Do you have videos on rebounding, Lindy?
There are a couple. I did one with my coach Emily. We did a video together talking about it, and we had a lady called Lydia from a channel called Avanti Wellness Podcast, I think it's called. So we did do a video with her. She is a larger lady who rebounds. She does a 10-minute challenge every morning, and she actually films it. And I stalked her for about a month before I bought my rebounder, just to see someone that wasn't, a normal fit person rebounding. Sort of inspired me to give it a go, and she was excellent. So you can check that one out. I haven't really done many rebounding videos. I've just been embarrassed too, but I will overcome that and try and film a few videos and show you what I do. But yeah, everything bounces. I have a lot of loose skin. It's not a pretty sight. So yeah, but I'll get over my fear and do it for you.
Right on. That'll be awesome. I would take a video of it, but it's boring. I just sit there and I do this 100 times, and then I sweat and cry a little bit because my calves are burning, and then I do that 10 more times. I do 10 sets of 100, and then I feel pretty great. But it's one of the more rigorous. It's weird. You wouldn't think that it's a big deal. I think the only trick that I've found to it is, basically you're standing on your toes on the trampoline. I'm not trying to take my feet off the rebounder. You just stand on your toes, and then that pushes you up, and then you shove your heels down, because what I've learned from doing it is that they say this part from flat-footed to here is not that's not where you get most of the pump from. It's got to be from here up to flat. So like if you didn't have a rebounder and you wanted to stand with your toes at the edge of a stair and let your heels go down as far as you can and just go to flat, that's kind of the biggest movement you want. But that kind of naturally happens, especially the closer you put your toes to the edge of the trampoline, the more that your heels go down, And so I just try to do that. And I basically just try to go from my toes to shoving my heels as far down as I can. And then you start doing that, and pretty soon, you start building up some momentum, which makes your calves really burn for sure.
Yeah, so if you have balance issues, it is a good idea to get a handle. I currently hold onto my treadmill and use that as my handlebar because it seems to be the right place, and that way I don't topple over. It can be a bit scary when you've got a bit of mobility issue.
For sure. Lindy, the cement floor kills me too. I get Charlie horses, aka muscle cramps, in the night around my ankles.
Yeah, so I'm not the only one. Thank you. It's pretty nasty, and the vibration plate really helps with that. So, yeah, those cramps bring you to tears. They're awful.
For sure. I rebound 10 minutes a day, but I don't think it's doing anything. I know it does a lot for me because I watch, but I don't know what part does what, but I think it's a combination of everything. I think it's the Wim Hof breathing. You have to like if you don't unplug the thoracic duct and the lymphatic system, then you can pump on it, but it's not going to be as efficient, right? And if you're still eating salt, and a lot of salt, more salt than your body wants, and drinking too much water, then you're always going to be fighting a little bit extra fluid, I find. And that makes it a little bit difficult. And I mean, that's not all that I do too. I also have to put my feet up at night when I sleep. And I have been wearing the compression socks a little bit more. And you put all those things together and it makes a huge, huge difference, especially with the long fasting, if you can do it. But I don't do fasting, in my opinion, unless you prime, especially if you're going to do it consistently. That's really important. But with all those things together, especially doing some dry fasting every other week, it's absolutely, I mean, it's taken like 10 inches in diameter off my right leg and like 9 inches in diameter off my left leg. I mean, it's been very dramatic, so it definitely works.
Yeah, you may just be fitter than us. So yeah, it definitely helps. Like whenever I'm on the rebounder, I need to go to the toilet afterwards. It does sort of push the fluid out. And even my husband, he's a bus driver, and he saw the rebounder and was like, "Oh, that's really cool." Had a bit of a jump. Within a minute, he was like, "Oh, my calves are really aching." So he doesn't walk around a lot. He's sitting down in a bus driving around all day. So for him, it has really helped to strengthen his calf muscles because he doesn't use them in everyday life. So, yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. My calves are aching on your behalf, right? It's kind of funny because once you start bouncing, and I'm still 400 pounds. So once I start getting some air and I come down, I mean, it really does put some pressure on. I'm like, okay, this is starting to be an actual workout. Like I break a sweat in just 100 calf pumps. And then I get off that thing and I look like a newborn baby deer trying to walk for the first time over Like, you gotta take a break. I'm gonna fall over. The calves are
Yeah,
burning.
and there's so many videos, channels where they do rebounder exercises, and some of them do it with weights in their hands, and they're doing it above their heads, having that bounce. It's gentle on your knees anyway, so I think you can sort of optimize it by doing other exercises on the rebounder. So yeah,
For sure. Well, that's
um,
awesome. I think she
the
said
rebound
something.
with the vibration and all of that together will help. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it definitely does. It's a definitely, it's the one thing that I've been still struggling with because it's just really hard to heal lymphatic issues. But I'm
Mhm.
very encouraged that it is healing. Like, it's going away, which is crazy because I wasn't sure that it was going to go away. So it's still, I mean, I'm going to be honest, since I've been priming, because my metabolism crashed, I started drinking more fluid and it makes it harder, right? A bunch more fluid came up, but now I know the path to getting rid of it and I gain less and less fluid every time I do it. So it's just a process. It's going to take a while to heal, you know?
Yeah. It also gets my steps in for the day. Like, I'm sedentary quite a lot. So if I have to get up and do a bit of rebounding, it's just like a 5-minute bounce is like a 20 equivalent of a 20-minute walk. I'll take that. So it's just another way to get steps in.
I got you. He's giving us the lowdown on his kegerator for sparkling water. I have a 20-pound CO2 tank with two different Pico 5-gallon kegs and an old refrigerator. Then I connect a spigot to the door to dispense it. It is awesome. Just walk up and put bottle under it and under the spigot. Pull. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. I might have to follow your lead on that because I definitely drink a lot of sparkling water.
Yeah, send Todd some photos or a video and we can check it out.
There you go. Cost 8 cents per liter. That's a lot better than $3 per liter. For sure. For sure. Do either of you use red light therapy or grounding mats? What are your opinions on these? So I have a cheap red light therapy. I haven't got the big ones yet, but I have definitely been planning on it because I definitely think being out in the sun this summer helped me lose weight rapidly and mobilize fat. In fact, I know I'm going to use a name here that gets a lot of contention in the carnivore world, but I watched a video of Dr. Berg that talks about how you can't mobilize fat without vitamin D worth a darn. So that's kind of interesting, but I definitely felt that for myself. And I've been using grounding mats that I sleep on since, almost since the beginning of carnivore, within probably 20 months now, somewhere in there. And I felt the effects of them immediately. I really do believe that they're important. I definitely think it takes the kind of garbage frequency out of your body. It kind of drains you of the garbage that we're all getting inundated with. You use any of
Yeah,
that stuff?
I haven't used either. I would like to try, but yeah, I go and I look at the sites and I put them in my cart, and then I'm like, oh, can I justify spending this much money? And then it's like, no, I can't afford it, and I put it away. So I will get them one day. I do hear a lot of good things about both, but just right now, it's just more focused on eating the meat and staying the course and getting some gentle fitness in. There's so many tools and things that I'd love to try, but I've got to keep realistic as well. So I tried to do things cheaply.
For sure, absolutely. Let's see. I think we caught up on comments, and I think we're at the 2-hour mark. You had some other clips that you wanted to play?
I do have one more video. It's a story time, actually. So this one has special
I
friend,
remember now.
yeah, Mywin, who came to join us. So yeah, this is a funny one. So let's go.
One day, this is true. It was on a Sunday. I'll never forget it because that morning before our live stream, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just, something was terribly wrong. I was gasping for air. What happened is I got a new bed and it's a king size bed. My hose isn't very long. So I pull my CPAP machine onto the bed. Well, it was winter and my dog got cold and I got cold. So I threw the blanket over the dog. Well, little did I know that it also went over my CPAP machine. And then Cosette let a nuclear ass bomb out that night under the blankets. And well, that pumped all the air under the blankets into my CPAP, which was Cosette's fart. And it was the worst condensed high pressure dog fart you've ever seen in your life. And I mean, I woke up and I was like, did she shit in my mouth? What just happened? It was the worst thing I've ever had happen. So, public service announcement: if you have animals or even yourself, don't put your CPAP under the blanket where you're sleeping on, because you could gas yourself. You could high capacity pump your own fart in your face if something goes wrong. But yeah, be very careful. It's a true story. Trying to save lives here, folks.
Oh no.
It's terrible. It really happened. I couldn't believe it. I was just like,
Oh.
I think she shit in my mouth. It's terrible.
Oh my God, I love that one so much.
That wasn't a story. That was a public service announcement. I was trying to save lives. That was terrible. I still remember that because it was concentrated. It was under high pressure. And, you know, when you're in a dead sleep and then you're like, is there actual dog crap in my mouth right now? Like, that's the first thing you think. It was terrible. But yeah, that was a true story. And now we know. Don't put your CPAP. Luckily, I don't use it anymore. But if you do use one, do not cover it up with your blanket. That's a real problem for sure.
Yeah, that was the best. I love it.
That's funny.
There we go. This truly is an educational channel, saving lives one fart at a time.
Exactly. You understand. You understand the dangers out there.
Yes,
Told
it's
you.
real, isn't it?
Doing the Lord's work. That's funny. Well, I was thinking there it goes. Oh, well, I mean, you guys can laugh, but I bet someplace that did save somebody from waking up in a real bad predicament, because who knows what could happen? Who knows? I was thinking about opening up the stream and seeing if anybody wants to come say hi on the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right.
Do you want me to?
I got you. We are going to put this link in, and if you guys so choose to take the red pill or whatever, go ahead, click the link, and you'll hop on here with us if you want to say hi for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to meet some of you all. Come and join us. And you don't have to turn your camera on if you're shy like me. Leave your camera off and just come and say hi.
For sure.
No pressure.
Exactly. You wake up in the night going, what happened?
Yeah, definitely me after garlic or onion.
For sure. Well, we wait to see
good.
if anybody hops on. We do have a few announcements that I should keep making. Man, I should have this ready, and I never have it ready. But hold on. I'm going to figure it out real quick here. Where am I going? I'm trying to think where to get all this stuff. Hold on 1 second.
I have no idea what you're trying to do, so
I know.
Michael's always in his head. He'd probably be one step ahead.
He would.
We
Michael,
miss you, Michael.
We got to get you we got to get you up and running, because I'm floundering here. What was it? Floundering?
Flandry?
Right. 1 second. I'm almost there. I'm going to do this. You got to go to the... All right. There we go. All right. So I wanted to put this out there. We are I'm doing a men's call on Saturdays in the Steak and Butter Gang. And so this is it's called Iron Sharpens Iron, and it is me and Carnivore or Combat Carnivore Chad, and he is healed PTSD. He's a combat veteran who's healed PTSD with Carnivore, and that's his kind of mission. And so we are doing a hey, there's big man John. Hey, John.
Hey,
Oh, hey guys.
how
That
are
was
you?
quick. I thought you guys were going to make an announcement and do something special there.
Yeah. No worries. We're doing a little bit of that right now, and I'll finish up. I just didn't want to leave you hanging. So here's the link to sign up to SBG if you would so choose. And specifically, we're trying to get the word out there for anybody that's dealing with PTSD or especially men. We're doing a men's call on Saturdays there. And the reason why I decided to start, I don't get paid anything for putting this out there. I don't have any monetary whatever involved in this, but I keep trying to help. People keep hitting me up on Instagram and Facebook and my email, and I try to help them outside of these groups, and they only make it a couple weeks at a time, and then they fall off, and they're trying, but they don't have a community. And what I realized is people are far, far more likely to succeed in a community. You know what I mean? And so that's why I just want, and then that way we can get everybody in a Zoom call and do it every Saturday so that we can help everybody. And then I can hand them off to, they could still come to the Zoom calls on Saturday and speak with me or, anybody. But then they have Zoom calls pretty much every day of the week and sometimes multiple plus open chats in Zoom where everybody can get carnivore information, talk to people that have been doing it for, some people have been doing it for 8-10 years in there, and it's just very, very handy. So wanted to put that shout out. And then the other one is that I'm not sure how or why, but I'm on a panel for Hack Your Health in Florida in November of 2025. So if you guys are going to, what was that previously known as KetoCon? So if you guys are going to Hack Your Health in Florida, use the discount code Carnivore in all capital letters, and that saves you $100 on your tickets, which is as cheap as it's ever going to be. That's only going to last, I believe, until the end of next month. And then there'll only be $50 off and then $25 off. So right now is the cheapest you can get it. So use Carnivore. It's just Carnivore, all capital letters for the discount code in the coupon section. And that works for any of the packages, whether you get a VIP package or a day, a 3-day pack, I think a day ticket, or if you just want the online version, that will get you $100 off. So definitely check that out. So we wanted to throw that out there as well.
See you tied up on stage.
Yeah, you'll be a little bit dumber for ever listening to me, but you'll at least get to know me in person. So no, I just wanted to throw that out there, and we appreciate it. So how are you doing, John?
I am doing fabulous. Everything you have taught me, all the questions you've answered on the side, I have to give all of my success, a lot of it, to you and God himself, because you have been a major part ever since we started growing these YouTube channels of my success.
Wow.
Guys, I've had a lot of hiccups along the way. I send Todd a private message once in a while. Hopefully I don't bug you, sir, but it's just one of those things. So sometimes you just hit a wall and you need somebody reliable that has a lot of experience. And Todd, you have so much experience and you're quick. You're like quick and witty, and it just makes everything so much easier. He's the one that talked me into basically doing the BBB&E challenge for 90 days. My 90-day challenge should be ended November 14th, I believe. But I've been on a long business trip up in Nome, Alaska, which is something I would have never been able to do a year and a half ago. Just sitting in a truck for 12 hours would have been impossible. Now I'm making premium wage. And I talk about this a lot on my YouTube channel as well, that the carnivore diet just excels you. It's like a slingshot. It just, there you go. And I'm living testimony that this stuff works. Right now I'm eating a ribeye steak. I got 4 eggs over easy right in front of me. This is like the ultimate food right here for me. This works better than hamburger meat. And I used to promote 80-20, 70-30 hamburger meat on a budget. And then I actually did the math. And I was like, man, I can actually eat ribeyes when I'm back in Anchorage. And I was eating ribeyes when I was up in Nome. And my meals for one meal a day cost me about $25 up there. And now that I get back down to Anchorage, my meals are costing me anywhere from $14 to $15 here in Anchorage, Alaska. And our food prices are extremely high up here. I'm sure most of you follow Bill Knott. He talked a lot about that, especially in the beginning of his weight loss journey, because he was like me. He was like, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford ribeyes. And we were kind of spiteful, watching those people out there that did eat ribeyes and tomahawk steaks. And I was just like, it just put me in a bad mood. But I wasn't there yet. I wasn't there yet up here. My cogs weren't turning. Now they're turning full speed. And it's just like, why would you not do this? This is like heavenly food right here. It tastes delicious. It's fatty meat. It's got everything in it. When you cook a ribeye steak, the fat doesn't just run away. When you're cooking hamburger meat, a lot of your fat renders in the bottom of the pan if you're using a pan. And if you're cooking your hamburger meat on a grill, a lot of it just falls through the bottom of the grill and you never get it. And if you were to eat it, it's pretty hard on the gut. So I still promote carnivore budget, budget-friendly items. I've been sourcing out some, vitamins and nutrients and stuff like that. I'm trying to find budget-friendly items. I'm going to talk about that in my next weekend's video, because I think I found a cure for my personal foot cramp situation, because I've been getting cramps every single night. And thanks to the community, everybody that surrounds us, I got a lot of great ideas. I have a lot of avenues I can look down for other items, hopefully budget-friendly items to share with people. And it doesn't have to be expensive, guys. All right, I'll be quiet for a little bit.
No, well, first of all, you look fantastic, John. BBB and he is absolutely killing it for you too. So, and that's awesome. I was going to ask you too on that aspect. Do you feel like it's making you have a little bit more energy and you feel a little bit better too?
Guys, it's got so much energy. I ate one meal a day. This right here, I was adding some reindeer sausage when I was up in Nome. I forgot to go buy some today when I was out grocery shopping. My bad. But this is still more than enough. This is still almost 1,800 calories on this plate right here. And that's enough calories for one meal a day. But I wake up super early, well before my alarm. Sometimes my cramps wake me up and then I'm just stuck wide awake. But I still have enough energy, to work a 12-hour shift. Just driving a truck around in circles, just constantly, and getting out to go to the bathroom once in a while. And that's it. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I'm excited, guys. This is big stuff here for me, because I was on my way to die about 1.5 years ago, and now I'm living life. I'm making a good living for my family. I'm able to climb up on the roof. I did that today. I made a short video about that earlier because I was just amazed. I was like, whoa, look at me. On the roof. And before I would have fallen through the roof and landed on this table. I was just too heavy to get up and then climb up and down a ladder. Yeah, come on. That wasn't anything I would have been doing before.
Absolutely. I can definitely relate to that. I've fallen through a few construction flights of stairs that broke underneath me and a few ladders for sure. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. But everybody has to go check out Big Man Alaska's channel too. I want to shout that out before we go on any further, but because your channel is awesome. And we've known each other pretty much since we both started our carnivore channels. Anyhow, you've been doing the YouTube a lot longer than I have, and you've been such a great help with YouTube too. So I totally appreciate it. It's been awesome. We've enjoyed watching your progress. It's crazy. All right. I was going to look up. So let me know. See, this is another reason that I need Michael. I don't know. I just realized that YouTube link is really long, or that not YouTube link, but the SBG link for some reason is really long. So hopefully you guys can click on that. I don't know if you can or not. That's in there. But if not, we will add it to the playback of this video, so you can click on it there as well. So, but yeah. But yeah, to your point, John, I think that it is. I think it's an investment. The food is an investment. But then I think, is my audio still okay, or did my mic slow down?
Still okay.
Okay, perfect. But I just heard a weird crackling. Sometimes it'll switch over to my camera from my microphone. But to your point, I think that that it's an investment, but then once you start getting healthy, it pays you back tenfold and everything gets cheaper on Carnivore because you don't have any of the snacks. You know, for me, I stopped drinking the coffees, I stopped drinking the sodas, I stopped eating the snacks, I stopped eating the desserts. And then also I stopped needing prescription medicine that was costing me $450 a month. And then you stop having as many sick days, you stop eating or stop needing medicines, like even over the counter medicines, like cold medicines and flu medicines and stuff, because you don't get sick as often. And then it all starts coming back. And at the end of the day, you can eat, you know, you can actually kind of afford some maybe pricier cuts of meat that you couldn't afford before and still save money and feel pretty fantastic, you know?
The food itself is your medicine. We don't need to mess around with a lot of the prescription drugs like we used to. I got rid of my inhaler. I got rid of my CPAP machine because of the carnivore diet. I mean, just weight loss in general will tend to do those things. Learning how to fast got me started, but then I needed to do something else. I needed to do a sustainable type diet in order to maintain my weight loss. And I put everything to the challenge. I mean, I tested the carnivore diet, tried to screw it up. Very unsuccessful, by the way. I gained a lot of health points. My doctor's been applauding me ever since I started getting healthy again. He probably wouldn't even recognize me if I walked into his office right now because I was pretty big the last time I did my blood work. And I will be doing an updated video at some point because every year I do my blood work regardless, just to see where I'm at. Because I'm a commercial truck driver. I got to do DOT physicals, and it's just nice to know where I lie. And it's very nice to see that blood pressure come down to normal. And the only time my blood pressure goes up is when I talk like this because I get all excited about what I'm talking about. There were so many people in Nome that I got to talk to in the grocery store because they watched me walk in. I buy 3 ribeye steaks every night. I might buy some eggs, and then I got some reindeer sausage in my thing. And they're like, "Is that all you eat? Don't you get bored?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "This is what our Akas and our Appas used to teach us, and this is what they used to eat. You know, traditional Alaskan food, not necessarily a ribeye steak, but they were eating reindeer, moose, seal, whale, the whale blubber. They were going specifically after the fats in all of those animals. And that's what they were using to mix with berries to make utuk. Utuk, I think that's the native word for Eskimo ice cream. They would mix some of the local berries that they find all over the tundra, which is blueberries. And blueberries don't spike our blood sugar. So, hey, whatever. You know, if you want to use blueberries, go ahead. But I found that a lot of the other vegetables that I used to eat were really messing me up. And as soon as I started BBB and E, I don't use any spices. I just use salt. I found out that a lot of the extra spices I was putting in my food was creating inflammation, joint pain, just a bunch of random stuff. So I'm more inclined now just to stay away from all that stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's funny, right? And now, I don't know about you, but I feel almost guilty. Not guilty, but I know I'm going to put people off. You know, I hate it when people go, "Well, tell me what your diet's like. What do you eat?" And I'm like, now's not a good time to tell you what I eat. What I should do is give you a direction, because if you hear what I eat now, you're going to think it's too restrictive because you don't know what it's like to be free from food addiction. But you will eventually, your body will get you there because you start eliminating things and you're like, "Oh, this feels really good." And when you don't have an impulse or a compulsion to eat bad foods anymore, you're kind of free to listen to how your body responds to everything. And as your body responds to everything, you go, "Okay, even this pork belly, I enjoyed this pork belly and this is a special thing for tonight. But I know that I feel like a superhuman when I eat red meat, when I have a fatty ribeye, or even fatty ground beef. I feel fantastic. When I eat pork, I don't feel bad. I just don't get like this rush of just energy and like strength out of the pork that I do out of the red meat for some reason. The only thing I get that out of is red meat, a little bit out of the lamb, but a lot out of red meat, and also raw salmon. Those are the things that I get this almost like burst of energy. Like, this makes me want to go outside and lift heavy things and throw something heavy, like that's what it feels like. where I don't feel bad when I eat pork or something. So it just evolves into mostly eating red meat. And then I find that the egg yolks really heal my testosterone and heal my hormones. So I find that those are the two things that I crave. So I eat them 95% of the time. And then what really blew my mind was that my body stopped wanting salt. I never saw that one coming. Like, that was not on my list. But if that's what I think the beauty is, and that's kind of fun, because I went through it. Lindy's gone through it. I'm watching you go through it right now, John, is where your body just kind of starts telling you, and you're like, oh, okay, it's like a natural evolution of of the elimination diet that we're all on. And then you just start going, yeah, I'm not eating that anymore because it makes my knee swell up. It makes me have joint pain, you know?
Have either one of you looked into dry fasting? I've been considering starting a dry fast sometime, probably in the next week or so, just to see what happens. It's just where you're not eating or drinking anything for at least 16 hours. Then you kind of eat your regular meal. You don't have to take electrolytes right afterwards because your electrolytes naturally balance in your body. And the ketosis benefits are sometimes double that of a regular fast. So 16 hours, it'd be double 16 hours, and sometimes triple depending on, what stage your body's at. So, and the reason I was talking about that was because I'm concerned I'm going to have some excess skin. When you're morbidly obese, you stretch yourself out, and that's just one of the parts of the collateral damage of overindulgence. But yeah, I'm going to have some excess skin right down around my belt line, and it's sitting in a truck. It kind of becomes a problem because I got to either tuck it in or tuck in my shirt, no matter what. And some people said that it might help a little bit reduce some of the excess skin. I'm not sure, but since I'm a living experiment, I might as well give it a shot, right?
Oh, for sure. So definitely it'll tighten up your skin. Definitely autophagy is a real thing. I've been doing, so right now I'm on a reprime, so I haven't fasted this is my 3rd week of repriming. But up until just now, 3 weeks ago, I'd done 11 or 12. I think it was 12 7-day fasts. So I would eat for a week, and then I would fast for a week, eat for a week, fast for a week. And so, but when I do my 7-day fast, I start with a 24-hour dry fast, and then I do a 24-hour wet fast, and then a 24-hour dry. So I do 4 in that 7 days. I do 4 24-hour dry fasts in that 7 days. And then what I also notice is dry fasts are easier to do than wet fasts because drinking water actually makes you hungry a little bit. It actually stirs up your hunger. So you got to be a little bit careful because it's actually easier to do dry fast. You'd think you get all thirsty, but as soon as your body taps into the metabolic fluid, you're not thirsty at all. You'd think you'd have dry mouth and all this stuff. It's the exact opposite. And it's really powerful because it makes you more fat adapt. So it creates more pathways to get to the metabolic fluid in your fat cells. So it makes you more fat adapt. And when you're more fat adapt, you become more satiated, and it makes it easier to do longer fast, in my opinion. But you still have to be careful because if you're going to do long fast and you're going to do dry fast, you really have to eat like it's your job when you are eating, when you're not in that fast, especially if you're going to do a bunch of them. And that's where I got in trouble when I went to Wyoming to Bella's wedding and to that meat fast here about a month ago. I didn't want to be fasting when I was down there, so I only reprimed for 3 days. So I only ate for 3 days, and then I fasted for 7 days again. So long story short, I fasted 14 days out of 17 days, right in there. And I did 8 of those dry. Well, that threw me in a little bit of a spiral. So the next fast that I did, my metabolism tanked. So that's why I'm repriming to fix my metabolism, because I've done that a couple of times. But it is hugely beneficial because it heals my lymphatic tissue. And I see the skin tightening up on my neck and my arms. And it also takes a bunch of weight off you pretty quick. But definitely, I think it will. I'm going to have skin surgery no matter what, because I'm going to be 1/3 of the size that I used to be. So there's not enough autophagy in the world that's going to get rid of all that skin. It's just maybe in 30 years it could, but I'm not waiting that long. So I'm going to have it cut off. But I think it's definitely worth a shot, John.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to give a try. I'm not sure how far along I'm going to go with it, but I was thinking like doing an OMAD type, 16 hours or 24 hours, and doing an OMAD meal at the end of my workday, and then rolling back into the next day after I've already been in bed. So I've already got 8 or 9 hours dry fasted, then I just continue on. So it'd be approximately 24, 23 hours in reality, about 23 hours.
Yep. And I think that's all you need. And you'll see that it actually starts getting easier. The trick for me was when I was first starting to get my fasting muscle going is one, you have to eat, you have to eat with a purpose when you're eating. Like you really got to get it down, or else you're going to, if you want to do them consistently, like rolling fast, it'll start to affect your metabolism if you don't really nourish in between the fasts. But my trick was that this just worked for me is I would stop eating at about 11. So I'd stop eating and drinking at about 11 a.m. And then before I would get thirsty or hungry again, it would be bedtime. So then I would sleep through the hardest part of the fast or being thirsty. So in the night, my body would go into a really good fasted state, and I would wake up the next day and all of a sudden I wasn't thirsty anymore. I wasn't hungry anymore. Because that would get it through the hardest part, and then it was just easy from there, Oh,
we lost him.
he'll be back. All right. Do we have any
he's
comments?
playing his phone. Yeah, I haven't dry fasted, but I don't drink a lot. So I guess you could say it was a kind of dry fast. I don't intentionally do it. I just don't drink. And my husband, he gives me a bottle of water every night by my bed, and I water my plants on the way down the whole way in the morning. Every morning I water my plants. That's where my water goes.
That's hilarious.
I just don't drink it. Yeah. Don't tell him that. He's not watching now, I hope.
For sure. I do
I
a
do.
24-hour dry fast twice a week. That's awesome. How do you feel? I think they're easier, to be honest with you.
I agree with you when you have water that it gives you that empty feeling in your tummy and you feel hungry afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an association thing where your body's like, oh, we're putting stuff in, in our mouth, so something's coming, or what it is. But yeah, when I don't drink, the time goes by. Oh, let's see.
All right.
Oh, no
Thank
worries.
you.
Thanks so much.
John. Nice
everybody go subscribe to Big Man Alaska. He's got an awesome channel. I appreciate it, John. Let's see here. I prefer walking and light exercise over fasting. My opinion on fasting is slows your metabolism regardless of how you do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've had it slowed, and then I've done priming, and priming's crazy. Like doing OMADs, I fell into, absolutely tanked my metabolism. Doing the priming at SBG made my metabolism go through the roof. I mean, I was eating 7 pounds of meat a day. I couldn't eat enough meat when my metabolism kicked in and I was healing. And so it's you got to work at it, I think. But I would have to disagree with you that it doesn't slow down no matter what. I think that, the whole idea, and that's what kind of Coach Raymond's protocol is, feasting and fasting. It's mimicking that you're hunting in a flourishing and food environment, but you still have to go on a hunt. So when you eat a lot. And then when you're hunting, you're fasting, but you can still move. But your metabolism stays high. But the problem is if you fast too long without having, if you are under eating in between fasts, then it thinks that you're in a famine. It's not just that you are hunting and you're satiated, but it starts to think that there's no game or animals or food resources around you that's adequate. So it starts to tank your metabolism. I believe that because I've experienced it myself. Of course, that's just like an ancestral hypothesis, right? Of how our ancestors did it. But I've seen that play out in my own metabolic whatever. basal metabolic rate when I'm doing that. And as soon as I don't eat as many days as I fast, especially when I cut it in half, I knew I was cutting it close. Plus I went, it's kind of funny because I only ate for 3 days that time instead of 7. Also, I moved and I went 500 miles away and drove all over. So I don't even know, with your circadian rhythm, I was sleeping in a different bed than was mine. I wonder if it thought that I went to a different environment, like I was in a different village or something, and the food was bad. They're like, I went on a trip or something, couldn't find food. Also, the food there was, I just got off my schedule. I got a little more stressed out. I wasn't sleeping in my own bed. I wasn't doing my routine. And between all of that, my metabolism tanked. But the beauty is I know exactly how to get it back, and that's what I'm doing right now, which is priming, and it's working fantastically. And I would rather I'd rather do that for sure, because and I'm not talking from just a weight standpoint, I'm talking for a healing standpoint from the autophagy, and because I need it for my lymphatic system mainly.
I think you either love it or you hate it. And I'm not a big fan of fasting. I just can't do it. I feel like I feel deprived if I'm not eating. It's just, I guess, a bit of a mental block that I have about it. But then I really enjoyed doing the 5-day fast with you and Michael back in January, and I'm keen to do one with you guys again this January. I felt amazing after that. But yeah, that's sort of where I draw the line. I think through the year, I just find it, I don't like it. I want to binge, like it just brings back all. Yeah, I just don't feel like I can do it. Maybe I'm not ready for it. Maybe because I can't prime. That might be the reason.
Right.
If I could prime properly, I might be able to do the fasting, and I wouldn't have an issue with it. But right now, it scares me to go down that line.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I think everybody and I mean everybody, there could be lots of things, but I think one of them is definitely bariatric surgery that would throw a monkey wrench in that works,
Yeah.
Sweet, I get to watch the end. My daughter needed a lift. Miss them both back. Love living on my own. Absolutely. That's awesome. As long as you're seeing results, more power to you. Exactly. And exactly, OTR, we're all an N equals 1, right? I'm just talking from my experience for sure. I focus on my schedule, traveling 10 days, still on track. Awesome, B-Dog. That's awesome.
No, good job. Good job.
For sure.
It's always hard when you're out of routine, isn't it? Just to stay on track and not be discouraged by all the temptation out there and other people, meeting new people. So, yeah, it's a good job for staying on track.
Absolutely. Okay, there it is. I figured out how to get to the link where it's not 12 miles long. I don't know why it does that. So here's the SBG link. I don't know why it gets so long. Or maybe it's still long. Is that still long?
Yeah, I posted that one earlier. Yeah, the share link. It's still a long link, but yeah, it's not as long.
Perfect. But yeah, guys, can check those. Check out the SBG. And let's see. I was trying to think where, the Hack Your Health, that was the other one. Definitely check out Hack Your Health if you guys want. If you're planning on going, it'll be Bella and Coach Rochelle, I believe. Coach
Dr.
Amy.
Phil?
Dr. Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Myself. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else on that panel. I think
that was all, wasn't it?
Might be Coach Raymond too. But I think
yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I think
star of
the star. And then they're doing a second SBG panel too, which is Bella and I don't
Dr.
remember.
Chafee,
I'm Chafee
Dr.
and
Chafee, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Baker, I think. The same as
think
last
so.
time, I believe.
Well, I think it was a little bit more expanded. I think she had JT Carnivore and somebody else on there, but we'll have more details in the future here. But it's definitely something you guys want to check out. So that's awesome. But use the discount code Carnivore, all in capital letters, and that will get you $100 off the ticket. And thanks so very much. I can't believe.
Thank you, Laurie. We made it. And we're still carnivores.
How much is SBG in Aussie dollars? Well, it's $30 American. Well, Amy or Lindy would know.
Oh, I don't know. $30 USD in AUD.
I think it's 45 in Australian.
Yeah, $44.
44. So, yep.
I don't know. I'm hopeless with those things. I just set up for payment and then I don't follow my account. So it just automatically comes out every month. Yeah, not very good with my money.
Full fat sour cream, okay to eat. So, again, this is a personal thing. It depends on if you have trouble with dairy. And I don't mean lactose, I mean casing. Dairy tends to make some people, and tends to open up your appetite, make you more hungry. It tends to make you hold some inflammation and fluid. So it just depends if you can tolerate sour cream or tolerate any kind of dairy. So if you can, absolutely, it's okay. But if you are a person that can't, that's why I think everybody should try going, use all the dairy you need to get through any carb cravings. I always think of it as like you use all
Bridge.
yeah, exactly. Use all the tools you need to bridge to get away from all the carb cravings and away from all the crap, and you're free from all the garbage, hyper processed, hyper palatable food. And then once you're free, start refining it to get it down as simple as you can. Like try to go lion if you can. So just like ruminant animal, salt and water, and just do it for like 60 to 90 days. And then go try the sour cream, and you'll know right away if that's a good idea or not. For sure. You'll know if that's causing you problems.
And if your goal is weight loss, and you're stalling, try removing the dairy, because that's always it can help keep that weight up there. So it's definitely something to take out if you are considering weight loss.
Yeah. Let's see. I put cheese back on while on vacation. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like I'm having dairy right now and I don't tolerate it because it puts some fluid on me, but I'm having a little bit of it because I didn't have an appetite because I fasted too much and I tanked my metabolism. So dairy is a great tool if you don't have an appetite and you're having a hard time eating. Eat dairy and it'll open up the appetite. And so I've been using dairy for that lately. And I'm actually looking forward to getting off of it very shortly. So let's see. I eat it, but everyone's different for sure.
Exactly.
100%. And it's so funny too, because that's why no matter what, I think everybody should just try doing lion and, like lion and then BBB and E, and kind of climb up from there and see what things do to you, just once, because it's funny because I talk to a lot of people that are doing carnivore and they'll say X, Y, and Z about doing B. Like, no, I need more variety, or it doesn't bother me. Well, that works for you, but chicken or this or that doesn't bother me. I'm like, oh, that's good. And you don't have to give it up. I'm not saying that you have to give any of those things up, but it is funny how when they progress, they get to a point where their body kind of guides them to that spot. And then I'll talk to them 6 months later and they're like, I kind of gave up chicken. I found out it was, didn't settle with me right or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of, through the healing process,
But if you're starting out, I wouldn't jump straight into line or do anything like that. It's way too difficult, and you probably wouldn't be sustainable. So definitely take it easy, have the dairy, have whatever you need to keep carnivore. And then once you've established and you're comfortable with the diet, then you can start to play around with all these tools.
For sure. Absolutely. So to have all of it and then prime on top of it to make sure that you heal up and then start eliminating things. But yeah, for sure. You don't do anything difficult. Don't fast. Don't do anything difficult until you get off the carb, until you're not a food addict anymore. We're all food addicts. Yeah.
And the priming, the fasting, someone mentioned the sardine fast. These are all tools that you can use later on. Like when you stall, you need to change things up. So use one of these tools. And that's what I love the carnivore diet. You've got all these tools to put in your belt, and you can just cycle through those when things change.
For sure.
So, yes. You don't eat sardines, do you?
Me?
Do you? Yes, no?
No, I used to, and I like them. I don't mind them at all. But I switched over to cod livers, and then I ran out of cod livers, and I just haven't ordered any more. But I don't mind sardines or cod livers, but I've never done the sardine fast. So this all Lindy's area.
I haven't done a proper sardine fast. I did one just before Texas, but then I got sick, and then I just didn't eat because I couldn't eat anything because my throat was red raw. So I didn't actually finish it. And I am thinking of doing a fast. I haven't decided whether I should do an egg fast or a sardine fast this week, starting tomorrow, actually. So, yeah, put in the chat whether I should do an egg or a sardine fast. Help me make up my mind. I don't know which is better, but definitely want to play around with that. Just do a 72-hour reset for October.
For sure.
So you tell me what you think.
We have the cost. No. Cozette just passed out for you. Just had a mini stroke for you. That stuff is rough for sure. Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Carol.
Have you heard or seen anything from Carnivore Soldier, or have I been missing his lives? I have been kind of busy this week, but I know I saw a post where his son, I think, got his driver's license, and he was driving his Porsche around on Facebook the other day. But I haven't been on YouTube a lot this week, to be honest. Well, I have been, but I've been on my own lives a lot this week. This week got busy because our streaming schedules picked up quite a bit, because we are now, and I should mention this, we're now doing a live stream with Bella and a SBG panel every Friday on YouTube.
Saturday for Aussies.
Yep, Saturday for Aussies. Plus we're doing our Sunday live here, or Monday for Aussies, the 700 plus, and then on Thursdays I'm doing a live with Combat Carnivore called Iron Sharpens Iron 2, also to I'm trying to get the message out to veterans and stuff for PTSD exposure. And so we're working on that. And lots of live streams lately. And then Lindy, you have a live stream with Lynn as well.
Yeah, we do. I do a fitness challenge with the Midlife Carnivore, Lynn. Yeah, and we're currently working on a challenge at the moment. So that is actually conflicts with the SBG live. So I'm going to have to talk to Lynn and see if we can reschedule ours, do it a little bit earlier. So I'll have a chat with her after this.
For sure.
Yeah, well, it's hard.
For sure. Anna says, cannot with sardines. Good luck, Lindy. And
yeah, I haven't ever been a fan of sardines, but I find that they're really easy to get down with the lap band. If I do them in some butter or tallow in a little saucepan, and I mash it up like baby food, so it's not chunky at all, and you kind of don't taste it. And then sometimes I might put an egg yolk in it, but yeah, it's not too bad if I do it that way. And then it's just like baby food. But I was actually thinking of doing the egg and sardine at the same time. And then it's more like a sardine and egg salad, isn't it? With mushy sardines.
I don't
But
know.
I know, but this is what you do when you have a lap band. You have to be inventive and creative, and the slippery, mushy food is what goes down better. I have a steak and I'm not keeping it down, especially when I'm stressed out. So I have to be inventive. So it's just like having your medicine. It doesn't always taste pretty good, but except the sardines is good for me.
For sure. She says she may
Sandra,
start tomorrow.
let's do a reset together. May still start tomorrow, and we'll come back next week and we can compare notes, hey?
There you go.
Yeah. I do just the water. I don't want to add the oils. So I just do the sardines in water. And I keep the water in there because it just gives it extra moisture. So, which is what I need.
I wouldn't do either sardines or eggs just because I'm off eggs right now, and sardines are just nasty. How about a fat fast?
Yeah, okay. Well, you do a fat fast. We've got a couple of sardines, and anyone want to do an egg fast, and we can all compare notes next week? Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
See how we feel afterwards.
That's awesome. Thank you, Todd and Lindy. You guys inspire me and a lot of people. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate it. I think you might have mixed up words and meant enrage or annoy. But we appreciate it so much. Hi from Western Australia.
Yay, another Aussie. We seem to be picking up a lot more Australians, which is really cool. I love this.
For sure.
I haven't found many carnivores. So you kind of feel really alone, especially when there's a lot of US YouTubers out there. You do feel a little bit left out sometimes. So I love seeing Aussies in the chat.
That's awesome.
Mm.
I tried canned herring, and that was doable, but I did have tomato sauce, so not something I'd do again. Smoked oysters and oil are great, though. Huh.
Okay. Are herrings similar to sardines? I know Dr. Wiedemann, I think it's mackerel. I think she does mackerel.
Yeah, there's mackerel, herrings, krill, or what is it? Krill oil? Krill? There's quite a few of those. Red krill or something. I love sardines. I just eat them out of the can. Yeah, that's how I did it. I don't mind them. I think it's kind of...
And I know a lot of people do have it with the oil. I prefer not to have it, but they have it with the oil and still have amazing results with it.
Yeah.
So just do what works for you.
Yeah, don't stray too far from the potty if you're starting a new fat fast.
Yay, good. All right, we've got a few egg fast. All right, cool. We'll do this. We'll start tomorrow. Egg fasting or sardines. I don't know. I might even do a bit of both. Egg yolk and sardine is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, the mustards on sardines aren't bad either, and I like the hot sauce on them actually.
Yeah, I've used a bit of hot sauce in my sardines as well. That'll kind of mask the flavor a little bit as well.
Yeah. I feel alone here in South. Everything here is floured and deep fried or in Crisco. Yeah. Yep.
Don't feel bad though, because I think you cook better at home. When you go out to restaurants, I'm always disappointed if I order a steak. They never cook it right. So, yeah. I see that as a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, carnivore ruins going out for you because you start cooking for yourself and then you become really good at cooking meat, at least, and eggs and carnivore things. And then you go out and they charge you a premium for a worse cut of meat that they screw up when they cook it. And it tastes terrible. And you have to wonder what's in it. And you don't feel exactly right when you leave. And it's like, why would I come here again? So I'm paying you 3 times what that steak's worth, if not 4. And you're doing, 10 times of a worse job at cooking it. and it took a while. And I'm not sure what you did to it, but it also made me feel not great. So yeah, it just totally ruins it for you because you're like, all right, I have to cook all my own stuff, you know? I wish there was someone in Iowa, Midwest USA, doing carnivore. I'm so lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
You're gonna have to start a carnivore connection or something, so that put an app out there so that everybody can find carnivores in their area.
Yeah. If you're not in the Meat Sisters group on Facebook, I don't know if you have Facebook. We do have a location map. So Annalise has been putting everyone's pin on the map. So you might find some other ladies. It's exclusively for ladies. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just you might be able to connect with some people that way. So we have about 2,000 members in there at the moment. I could try and get a link for you. But you're welcome to join in there, and maybe you can find someone that's close by in the group. We do have like location chats as well, so you can arrange meetups and stuff. So let me post the link. That's a Meat Sisters private Facebook group. Meat Sisters. Here we go. So hopefully, oh, you're in there. Okay, well, hopefully you can find somewhere.
For sure.
Yeah.
Look, there's people in Montana that are carnivores, so there's got to be people where you in where were you at? You were in Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah.
Got to be people in Iowa. I agree. I'm saving so much money not having takeout too. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I haven't met many carnivores in Melbourne. There's quite a lot in Western Australia. There's a few in Queensland, but Melbourne, I haven't really come across many at all. So if you know anyone.
Carnivores in Georgia?
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to check it out in the Meat Sisters, I guess. Let's see.
Yeah.
There's not, there will be. Because there's definitely getting to be more and more here.
Yeah.
Meat Sisters is great and it's a very supportive group community. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh.
Awesome.
Well, do you guys have any plans for the week or anything fun?
For me?
Yeah.
Gosh, no, I don't think so. My daughter and my husband are having their birthdays on the 8th of October. So when's that? I think next Tuesday. Is it? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, next Tuesday. So, but before then, I don't know, nothing.
Nothing yet?
Yeah. I've actually, did I tell you about my watch? I bought myself an Apple Watch.
Oh, nice.
So,
how's that been going?
Yeah, really good. Every now and then it tells me I have to stand up. So normally, like it's told me about 3 times during this live stream, but I haven't. Oh, there it goes. Time to stand. See? It's just told me now. Time to stand. So what I do when it tells me to stand, I normally go and jump on my rebounder for 5 minutes just to get some steps in. So if I don't have this to tell me to stand, I will sit here all day. So that's been a godsend. And I'm going to start counting my steps. The first day I got it, you'll be disgusted, I did 200 steps in one day. That's really bad.
200. I don't know. I was going to say, I would be scared to know what I step. That's why I took mine off. I only use it
really
for the treadmill. Is it?
Yeah, that is really bad. Mind you, yeah, it was a lazy day and it's just walking pretty much around the house. It's nothing. But I'm now up to about 4,000 steps a day. I'm mindful and I'm going to try increasing that. I want to try and get to 10,000 steps. So I'm actually going to challenge myself to the end of the year to do at least 10,000 steps a day. So that's my goal. So this is all part of my plan for tomorrow. Not starting today because I'm all morning I've been in live streams and it's also end of month. So once I've finished here, I have to do all the invoicing and pays for my client, which takes me about 6 hours. So I don't think I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in. But tomorrow's the first. Just happened to be the first. I'm going to start tomorrow and do a 3-month 10,000 steps. I'm going to start with a reset, which will be sardine and egg by the sounds of it. And I don't know, I'm going to plan a few more little things and do a bit of a challenge for myself. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So just work towards making the end of this year. Yeah, go off with a bang.
That's awesome. Yeah, happy birthday shout outs to Scott.
Yeah, he'll be 53 and my daughter will be 34. So
Wow.
yeah. And they're both on the 8th of October, so I've got a double birthday.
That's awesome.
Mm,
That's way awesome.
yeah.
I get my car back this week, quarterly diabetic appointment, doctor appointment, first week on my own at new job joining SBG, big week for me. That's awesome.
Huge week. Congratulations.
It is.
Thank-
Oh,
Yeah, new job
Yeah, I
too.
did 200 steps my first day too.
I know. Sad. You kind of, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? That's reality. And I'm actually doing a lot more steps than I used to do back when I was, housebound and on the couch full time. I probably got about 10 steps in from bed to the couch.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Signed up for Meat Sisters. There you go. You got another.
Hey, good job. Yeah, do say hello. Yeah, it's been a really good little group. It's really difficult just to find other women and to be able to have a chat and find someone close by. So it's a really supportive group. There's people that are doing keto, people that are doing carnivore, a bit of both. There's no rules. Everyone's got their own journey, but we're all supporting each other.
For sure. Any good
Lindy,
news
the good
about?
news, yeah,
Go ahead.
200 steps it's more than it was 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, I definitely wasn't getting any steps in. Exactly. That's how I look at it. Yeah, 200 steps, and I'm now up to 4,000 steps in a matter of a week. So that's pretty good. And I'm conscious of it. Why I need a watch to tell me these things, I don't know, but it's working, and I'm happy about that. So
For sure.
I usually don't like to measure or do anything, but I'm actually really excited by this. Yeah, the scale can stay in the cupboard, but I'm liking my new little toy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
First week SBG. Tuesday is my 20-year wedding anniversary. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. 20 years. Beautiful.
Oh,
Say hi to us in SBG.
got another Meat Sister sign up.
Oh, hi, lady. Great. Yeah, we do have an Aussie chat section in there too, so drop in. You'll see Drina. She's in there. She's from Western Australia, if you haven't met her. Awesome.
It is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, already making connections. We got people already making connections in there.
Yeah, that's what we like. We need to find some friends, and have a bit of a chat. We do challenges in there as well, so I'll probably might drop in my egg and sardine challenge in there. I might do that later today, and
sure.
get a few people on board.
6,000 daily. I cramp and shin splints. Oh wow.
Yeah, this is where the vibration plate could help if you don't have one. When I overdo it, I get, I think we mentioned it before, Charlie horses, did someone say? Same thing? I don't know, but my ankles get really, really sore, cramps, and the vibration plate really helps us relax those muscles and pushes through those nicely.
I have one of those watches, but I don't know. I think it's my brain. I hear it. I don't know. I hear its messages like in a condescending tone or whatever. Like, are you alive? Are you in a coma? Did you die?
Yeah, well, I have good intentions, and I always say to like, even with drinking, I never drink water, and I have a bottle here, and I'm like, after this next email, I'm going to stop and take a drink, or I'm going to go for a little walk and just get off my chair. But then that next email becomes the next email and the next one, and by the time I know it, it's 6 p.m. at night. My husband's walking through the door. I haven't done anything. I haven't had a drink. I haven't walked. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I need this in my life right now.
Charlie says, Lindy, move your pellet grill to the back fence in the yard. That'll give you more steps.
I know. I wanted to move it, but it's undercover, and I'm trying to protect it from the sun and the elements. Like, yeah, I like to keep everything new, so I'm too scared to move it out in the elements. I do love my grill, my smoker.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, everybody's going crazy about the Meat Sisters. Making all
Yay.
sorts of connections. That's awesome.
Awesome. Good job.
That's way awesome. Well, we made it through another Sunday, so that's good. This is the
I
1 year
know.
mark. We appreciate
3
all you
hours.
guys
3
coming in.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many hours is that? So 52, so 150. Yeah, 156 hours of you guys listen to us for 156 hours. And
It's probably a little bit more because I think we had a few extra streams in there as well. I know we did the that whale movie one, I think was an extra one, and then we had a couple of interviews as well, which may have been extra. Yeah, so
you guys have put up with a
there's
lot.
of that.
But we appreciate you guys always coming. It's incredible. And yeah, it's fun. It's been 1 year. So I can't wait to see what the next year is going to bring. It's going to bring in more people into the family here, into the community, and hopefully you'll get to see Lindy keep progressing, Michael keep progressing, myself. I know in the next 12 months I'm trying to have some kind of skin reduction surgery, so that's on the docket. That'll be fun. I think Lindy is too at some point here. And so
yeah, hopefully February we'll see how we go. But hopefully another trip to the US might be nice.
Yep.
Saving up Montana, that would be good. The whole family this time. Yeah. So it'd hopefully be a really good year.
Yeah. All sorts of fun stuff to look forward to. Hopefully we get the last bit of weight off. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully get but also if we don't, I don't care. Whatever Carnivore brings is what we're gonna do, because I'm not doing it in a hurry anymore. So
that's right. Yeah, there's no rush anymore. This is our lifestyle now, and we just want to continue healing and being this. You know, we're going to be 80 years old and pumping iron like Dr. Baker. This is going to be us in a few years' time.
For
so
sure. We're gonna age backwards for sure. Thanks so much.
That's our goal.
That's awesome.
All right.
Appreciate you guys as well.
Oh, thanks, Laurie.
That's awesome. We appreciate
and hopefully we'll be back next week with Michael. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Hopefully Michael, he's got some new steroids that he's using, so hopefully that starts to kick in for him and he starts to get moving around again. So, but we appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next time.
All right. See ya.
See ya.